Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? I'm okay. I've been having, really involved my voice. Uh-oh. Let me go, like, chug some drink before I go into a talking game. Hang on. What's going on here? Oh. Whoa. 90? 90? Wow. We've got some 100s and 90s and 115s and 110s. Thank you, guys. I mean, I've been here for all of them because I do the streams, but I'm still like, what? What are you guys doing? Yeah, I've been like... The sleep has been fine, but I have been having like really, really long involved dreams that aren't necessarily like in full nightmare territory, but I'm just like doing a lot of errands and tasks in those dreams that they just feel really long, so I wake up feeling really tired because I did not rest in the dream. But I got like full sleep. I wasn't like tossing and turning and waking up, you know, over and over again, going back to sleep, waking up. I just like slept through, but I don't know why my dreams involve me, you know, organizing events, like company, like with those like company like bonding experience things. Like I shouldn't have to do this. But oh well. Today we're gonna start Paranormasight, the Mermaid's Curse, so the second Paranormasight, which released like earlier this year, like pretty close to my birthday actually. I've heard really good things about this, as I've heard really good things about the first Paranormasight. When I was playing the first Paranormasight, people would come into the stream and be like, hey, you gotta play the second one as well. I'm like, as I'm already like still enjoying the first one, so super excited for this one. I was thinking about waiting, but it takes place on an island, and I thought that'd be really good for summer vibes because I have nothing else for summer vibes. So if you guys want to just like lurk for that, if you're interested in playing it yourself, you don't want any spoilers or up to a certain point, I totally understand. And actually, that's really cool. Like if I am inspiring you guys to pick up cool games, that feels cool to me. So yeah, I don't mind. What else before I start? Tomorrow will be an art stream. The last time, so when you start the first Paranormasight, it launches you kind of like right into the game. Like you get all the studio logos, and then it puts you like right into it. So I have started up the game without doing anything, but we'll see. Yeah. All right. I need to like still kind of wake up and make my brain alert before I jump right into this, you know, mystery puzzle, and I gotta be awake for things. I don't think I'll need it, because I didn't really need it for the first game. I was just really invested in it, but I will have a notepad and a pen in case I want to take any note. I don't think I'll need it. Yeah, again, last game I didn't need it, but... Where are you guys sleeping? But we shall see. Alright, you ready? I'll switch over. wait, I muted this for my own purposes. Oh, it's so spooky. Bye-bye. I'm gonna take a quick look at options. That's fine. Fine. Vibration. Mouse and keyboard. I'm looking at you, audio. Ambient volume. Okay. Okay. Anything stand out to me? Ooh. Dramatic vibration. On. Okay. Good. Nothing too suspicious. There's our song. A little loud? Let me know. Brought it down a bit. That better? This little theme song is really interesting. I thought it was my volume, so thank you. Because I thought I had my general volume is quite high. Little left. Has this. Cool. Sounds good. Thank you. And then later on, if it's still loud or, you know, if it's too quiet, please let me know. And yeah, that's always good to know because games are different. Yay, okay, okay, storyteller. Give me your little tricks. Ooh. I don't know what this one has in store for us. My apologies for the wait. Welcome. How wonderful it is to see you again. I am the Storyteller, your guide to the world of PARANORMASIGHT. Now then, I understand you might be keen to dive into our story. Oh! But there are some important matters I must address first, so please bear with me a while longer. First, this game uses autosave. The game will automatically save at regular intervals, so you may stop playing at any time. This is good to know. Who wants to bet the storyteller is like actually really hot? When you wish to access these saves, or memories, if you will, you may call them forth from the load screen. Next, please look at the upper right of the screen. This is the menu button. The menu button's behind the chat windows if you guys can't see it. What if I click it right now? This is our log, so it's the same. The text log. Our profiles, our files. Save load options. Okay. He knows. Well, now he's looking at you! He fell right into his trap! From here, you can check the text log, view files, and adjust your settings for auto mode. You can also adjust the volume and other game settings in the options menu. For example, if you find that certain effects make the text difficult to read, you may turn them off. I don't expect them to, like, double up and do the same kind of puzzles and tricks from the last one, but I know what to look for now. Or I know what calls attention. I recommend you check the brightness, controls, and other settings now before continuing. New files, how to play. Menu. Confirm, cancel, menu. Zoom in and out. Do we have a zoom? Oh wait, we always had a zoom. Yes, menu, okay. I didn't really pay attention too much to the controls last game and just clicked around. I mean, also Octopath, also Square. This is published by Square Enix. I'm trying to think if there was any staff that's in common, because some of the staff that worked on this have worked on other Square Enix titles, but more like, I know the artist. The artist was World Ends With You, and I think some other of like the side, like the spin-off Final Fantasy games, but not. I can't remember any of the big ones. Now let us go over the basic controls. When the game is in your control, you may drag the screen to look at your surroundings. You will once again become able to move after this, so try taking a look behind you before turning back to me. Okay. Wonderful, well done. Well, thank you for not scaring me. You may also select the face of an individual in front of you to talk to them. Please go ahead and try with me. Well, can I? Yeah, okay. I like to observe him. Bravo, a fine display. There are times when you will be presented with options such as these. What is this place? Who am I? What is this place? Do not fear, you will come to know where we are eventually. Like the storyteller's face. Talk to him. Once you have seen everything an option has to offer, a check mark will appear next to it like so. Oh, so you've forgotten who you are, have you? But there is no need for concern. It is for that reason that I am here to guide you after all. You may be confused at first, but continuing through the story should allow you to remember your true objective. That is all for my explanation of the basic controls. I will explain other essential functions when the time is right. Yes, there's one more thing I wish to confirm before we continue. As you may know, I previously served as guide to a different tale in the world of Paranormasight, one concerning the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. You wouldn't happen to be familiar with the events of that tale, would you? I am. Is that so? So we have met before then. You looked quite different during our previous encounter, so I failed to recognize you at first. My apologies. In that case, there is nothing I need to warn you about. What were you going to warn me about? Well, I believe I have kept you waiting long enough. The tale you are about to experience concerns a number of legends passed down in the Ise Bay, a stretch of sea bordering the Mie Prefecture. Specifically, those legends involving a mermaid. Yes, as the subtitle suggests, our subject this time is the widely familiar mermaid. So, you know, these kinds of mermaids. Since ancient times, a great many legends about mermaids have been passed down in countries all around the world. In Japan, many of the legends famously include the idea that eating their flesh grants immortality. The tale of Yao Bikuni, which continues to be told in such places as Wakasa Province, modern-day Fukui Prefecture, is perhaps the most well-known. These legends have spurred those with a yearning for immortality to seek out mermaids since ancient times. Of course, as I just mentioned, these are only some of many legends concerning mermaids that exist across the globe. We're getting very X-Files already. Indeed, many have sought out mermaids simply due to fascination with their status as rare and mystical beings. They have also served as the inspiration for countless creative and artistic works throughout the ages. It would seem that mermaids possess a mysterious charm that has captivated the human heart for myriad reasons, irrespective of era or culture. Oh. I was like, mermaids! Okay, so we're gonna be around here now. So we were in Tokyo before, now we're in Mie. I have not been to Mie. Hello, hello. We have just started. We're getting some background about where we are this time, our setting, and what our stories are going to be about, which is going to be about mermaids, but, I mean, there are all kinds of legends about different mermaids, but they're explained to us that in a lot of Japanese folklore, the common idea of mermaids is you gain immortality by, like, eating a mermaid. More of our area PR and tourism. So I do believe that these are based on real places, and I think the settings are going to be kind of like the first game, where they're more based on, like, photography and actual settings. Creatures resembling both fish and humans in various places. Depictions of mermaids often blur the line between human and fish, frequently portraying them as grotesque monsters. The Middle Ages saw the spread of the legend of Yao Bikuni throughout Japan, which claimed that eating mermaid flesh could grant eternal youth and longevity. In the early modern period, the image of mermaids diversified, attracting wider public interest. Mermaid mummies were exhibited in sideshows, and illustrations and literature featuring mermaids became more common. It was also during this time the depiction of mermaids as having the upper body of a human woman and the lower body of a fish became more widely recognized. Yeah, sirens of Greek mythology. Yes. No worries. Well, it's just talking about how, like, in Japan, the folklore surrounding mermaids is that if you eat the flesh of a mermaid, you would gain, like, eternal youth or immortality and things like that. And they're kind of more of these, or at least I think the ones that we'll be talking about kind of have this more monstrous kind of look to them, rather than, like, the kind of beautiful woman siren type. It's more like fish monster type thing. Oh yes, the files added just now should provide a general overview of the terms that came up in our conversation. It seems you have already taken a look, teehee, but I do recommend reading them if you have the chance. They may allow you to enjoy the story even more. Words highlighted in pale blue usually indicate that there is a related entry in your files. Now then, allow me to introduce the primary setting of this tale. The majority of our story takes place on Kameshima, Turtle Island, an isolated island in the waters of Ise Bay. Island situated between Atsumi and Shima peninsulas, the most distant of the 4 populated islands under the administration of Toba City in Mie Prefecture. It does kind of look like a turtle. Oh, it does! It's like a little turt. It's got a little turt tail. Cute. Very turtle shaped. Yeah. And it does look kind of more like a turtle like that. I'm always a sucker for, like, island is actually a turtle. Recently, the island's youth organization has been leading a revitalization effort to boost the local economy and strengthen the community, creating an island logo and a mascot character, Kameshimaru. They're expected to bring more people to the area. That's cute. You will experience events through the eyes of a young resident of the island, one Yuza Minakuchi. If nothing else, please remember that. Okay. Music stopped and he's telling me to remember this. Okay. Well, I believe this ends my initial explanation. Bon voyage, and do enjoy the tale. Storyteller! Storyteller! You didn't pull a fast one on me! Or maybe he did. Okay. I was gonna be like, does Kameshima exist? Did you come to me or did I go to you? I cannot recall whether it was a dream or reality. I cannot recall if I was asleep or awake. Ooh, the graphics. Okay. Then we're in the 80s. August 7th in the 80s. Right, this should do it. Azami. Oh. All good to go, Yuza? Oh. Yep, ready as ready can be. I feel so light, I bet I could even outswim a shark. Are we divers? Are we, like, fishermen? No, more than that. I was born for this moment. The legend of Kameshima's patron saint of diving begins today. Okay. We are divers. Kameshima Youth, Yuza Minakuchi. Yuza Minakuchi. Apprentice ama diver, 18 years old, a young man born and raised on Kameshima. Although generally quiet and serious, he has an eccentric side that often sees him make jokes and wisecracks with a straight face, catching whoever he's talking to off guard. Sounds good. After losing his parents in the large-scale maritime accident 5 years ago, he was raised by his grandmother, veteran ama diver Tsuyu Minakuchi. He briefly found work at a seafood processing plant in Toba after graduating high school earlier in the year, but upon hearing that Tsuyu had injured her leg, forcing her to retire from diving and causing difficulties in her daily life, he quit his job after only 3 months and returned to Kameshima. Okay, so we have graduated high school, but we are like 18. At present, he is caring for Tsuyu while looking for work on Kameshima, and he has recently made the decision to follow in Tsuyu's footsteps and become an ama diver himself, although he has been unable to bring himself to enter the sea since the disaster 5 years ago. He's hoping that his previous aptitude for swimming will lend itself to a natural talent for ama diving. His current diver rank is 1. Quiet and introverted as a child, he began to show a more animated side upon befriending Azami Kumoi, a boy his same age, and it eventually became a common sight to see them getting up to mischief together. Although the maritime disaster 5 years ago saw a drastic shift in the way most of Kameshima's inhabitants treated Yuza, Azami alone continued to treat him the same. Even now, it is not uncommon for Azami to find himself caught up in Yuza's eccentric exploits, but he is always quick to laugh and follow his lead. Oh! It's cute! Oh no! He's cute! Well, that sounds pretty impressive, but this is your first time diving out in the bay, so don't push yourself too hard, alright? Yeah, I know it's my first time, but somehow I'm brimming with confidence. I just know I can land a massive haul if I try. Well, I'm glad to see you're raring to go, but make sure you don't go too far from the boat at first. Do I get to, like, control this? Best friend! Azami Kumoi. Yes! Okay. So we're a diver, he's a fisherman. He's a little bit. A young man born and raised on Kameshima. He has been friends with Yuza Minakuchi since childhood. He has a friendly and caring personality, and his willingness to help those around him has made him someone islanders of all ages rely on times of need. His father was a fisherman, and he accompanied him out to sea on his boat from a very young age. As a result, he grew up never doubting that he, too, would one day become a fisherman. After his father died in a maritime disaster 5 years ago... What is this? This maritime disaster that we're definitely going to be learning about. His mother, an ama diver, alright, took on the responsibility of raising Azami and his much younger brother on her own. In the closed season for diving, when his mother worked on the mainland, Azami was responsible for looking after his brother. After graduating in middle school, he refused his mother's suggestion to attend high school and quickly obtained a 4th-class boat pilot license while helping with fishing around the island. He is now able to take his father's small fishing boat, the Sayun Maru, out on fishing trips on his own. He has a frank, easygoing relationship with Yuza, his childhood friend, and the two often get up to mischief together. Although he was happy for Yuza when he left to attend high school on the mainland and later found a job there, he also felt somewhat lonely. For this reason, he secretly welcomed the news that Yuza would be leaving his job and returning to Kamishima to take care of his grandmother. Ooh. Very kinda tough country life. Diving in a coral like a coral reef would be a vibe. Might probably be difficult though. See, we'll see. No need to worry, Azami. You just focus on getting the grill ready. We're having a feast tonight. Haha, I'll hold you to that. Yeah, boy. I sure hope nothing scary. I will find nothing scary on this dive. The diving minigame will now commence. Woohoo! Follow the instructions to get used to the controls, then press dive when you're ready. I have stats? Cute. Okay, so this is your first dive, so you won't want to stray too far from the boat. Remember to swim up when you want to come back to the boat. If you don't remember anything else, remember that. It's your first time out here, so even a single catch is a huge achievement. Don't get greedy and try to come back quickly. Okay. Diving, swimming, gathering, searching. Do I have like I wonder if I have, you know, oxygen? There's no way. They're like, follow the instructions in the minigame. Like, there's no instructions. Guess we're diving. Right? There's nothing for me to try out and click. Something scary would never happen to a character at the beginning of Paranormasight, surely. Oh, my first dive? It'll be very normal. Begin. Only 2 controls are needed. Move mouse, look around, left click, perform action. The available action will automatically switch between swim, harvest, and return to boat depending on the situation. Areas where sea creatures are located will be marked with exclamation mark. Begin by looking around to try to locate any potential catches. Okay. We got some uni, a scallop, something over there, another uni, some other things. Things over here. Probably just like seaweed. Okay, so I do have an oxygen meter. Your oxygen gauge will decrease when diving. Be sure to go back to the boat before it runs out. You can return to the boat anytime by turning your viewpoint upwards and selecting return to boat. Your remaining oxygen will continue to decrease on the way back, so don't wait. Okay. Wait, no, but oh, okay. It gave me the warning, and then I already did not have enough oxygen to make it back when it told me like, hey, you need to go back up. How much time do I need? Oh, I see. Okay. I get it now. It's not a you just click and then it takes you back. It's you gotta like click and hold to go back. It's not like like you selected the action and now it's carrying out the action. It's you have to continue the action. I get it now. Okay. Select a skill to increase. A higher level means you can stay underwater for longer. That sounds good. A higher level means you can swim faster and return to the boat faster. That's also good. Higher level means you'll have an easier time gathering sea creatures. Higher level means you can detect sea creatures from farther away. Either swimming faster or... Seems good for a horror game, swimming faster. Oh, we gotta go for the uni. That covers the basics for Underwater Gathering. I think I get it. I've learned, I think, the important thing. Looks like you're all warmed up. Let's go out a bit further so you can look for something bigger. Yes! Yes! They have all the pouty faces again. Sipping. Okay, the biggest catch you can get at this time of year is probably it's abalone, right? We would pronounce that E. Snagging just one is something to be proud of. This also, like, okay, between Splatoon and this, I want seafood so bad. Go out for like sushi or real salmon for dinner or something. I just want seafood. But remember that sea creatures are living things. They'll change places every time you dive, so be careful. Diving controls, diving tips, underwater gathering log. Diving tips, perfect harvest. When using the harvest action, a perfect harvest may occasionally occur, instantly depleting your target's resistance gauge with a single action. The higher your dive rank, the more likely you are to achieve the perfect harvest. Earn stars in your gathering log. Information on your catches will be recorded in your gathering log. Each catch has individual variations. I think we have a full minigame here. And the lowest and the highest amounts of points you've achieved for each catch will also be recorded. Once you record the highest and lowest limits possible for that catch, a star mark will be added next to those point values. The noble scallop. The purple sea urchin. Right. So if you guys don't know, Ama divers. The term Ama most often written with the characters meaning sea and woman. That won't come up. That won't come up at all, certainly. What? Sea and woman? In a game about a story about mermaids? No, that won't come up. That won't come up. Generally refers to women who free dive for shellfish, seaweed, and other marine products. It is said that they practice free diving both to prevent over-harvesting and to help protect the marine environment. Although Ama divers operate in many regions in Japan, the Toba and Shima regions are known for having the highest number of Ama divers. These regions also exhibit customs unique to the area, such as the practice of carrying objects with the Seiman and Dolman symbols. Seiman and Dolman symbols to ward off misfortune. Even within Toba and Shima, rules and practices can vary greatly. For example, the practice of wearing white attire over the wetsuit is a common practice only in the Shima region. I did not know that. I always like kind of associate it with like a blue outfit. I didn't know that. Despite the high population of Ama divers in Issei Bay, there are none to be found north of Issei City. This can be explained by the difference in the seafloor composition between the two areas. While the sandy seafloor near Issei allowed for net fishing, the rocky seafloor in the Toba and Shima areas made net fishing difficult, leading to the adoption of free diving as an alternative. This is a new game, so this is like the second Paranormasight, but they are, I think, as far as I know, they're completely separate stories. So this is like the second Paranormasight, but it's not really like a sequel to the first game's story. But they are separate games. This is not like a DLC add-on to the first one. So you can play this one without having played the first one. When you begin it, the storyteller asks you if you have played the first one, or if you're like familiar with the mechanics and things like that. Abalone harvested by Ama divers in Kuzaki town in Toba has traditionally been processed into ceremonial dried goods known as noshi awabi. Noshi awabi, which are then presented as an offering at Issei Shrine. This practice is said to have originated when Yamato Hime no Mikoto, the princess who enshrined I can't not say it the Persona 4 way, which is the wrong, like, not... Because Yukiko says Amaterasu, and I always want to, like... I clown on it, so I try to say... But it's not really, like... It's Amaterasu. Let me Amaterasu, right? Ami. Okami. I've played Okami before. At Issei Shrine was searching for a suitable food to offer to the gods. When presented with abalone from an Ama diver named Oben, the princess found them exceptionally delicious and decided that abalone would be the primary offering for the region. As a result, the Ama divers of Toba and Shima have a strong connection to the region's Shinto rituals, and there are some regions where they perform ritual dances as offerings during Shinto festivities. About to say the only way I can say it now is Ami. Ishun on my shoulder wouldn't have it any other way. Although Ama is sometimes written with characters meaning sea and man when the diver is male, this game uses only the traditional characters of sea and woman when the language is set to Japanese. This note being added here. This definitely will come up in the story. We are on Kameshima. Kame is turtle and Shima is island, so really easy there. Oh, this character is so cute. Not like you have to master everything all at once. We can take off whenever you're ready. Surely this note is this character is very my type. Very cute. Alright, can I not die? We still have plenty of time left, so feel free to dive as much as you like. You seem... oh my god. You seem pretty confident, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring in. I know you can do anything you put your mind to. Thank you. Don't get too greedy. It's dangerous to stay out until you're almost out of air. Yeah, that's crazy. You still need some air left to make it back to the boat. After all, it's important to know when to give up the chase. Okay. Well, this is still the same area, right? We can still... right? Or no, it's not. Did we go out further? I can't actually tell. Handsome, well-meaning, and dumber than 3 stones in a washing machine? It's my kind of character. Ali literally speechless by cute boy. Okay, can I not die this time? Yay. Yay. Diving. But I believe Ama divers don't have like it's all free diving. Yeah. You go in, you get your thing, and you just go up. Alright, can we like super rank up this way? Can we just like farm for points? Try not to just swim straight for the first sea creature you lay eyes on. You never know when you might be missing a bigger catch behind you. Keep calm and take a good look around you first. Hey, rank 3 already. You're doing great. Keep up the good work. Now all that's left is to dive to your heart's content. Just say the word when you want to head back. Sprites are so cute. I don't want to look at the horrors. I don't wanna. I just want to enjoy my beach episode. No spooks. Oh, we had plenty of oxygen. We leveled up the oxygen. I thought I was, like, quite far. Okay, but this is... Wait, we need to get a special thing. Norma-sight. Wait. I'm good. Yes, so the game does start with a storyteller, and he did not, as far as I can tell, he did not pull a fast one on us like the previous game. He just kind of told us about the controls and how the game works, and then he did ask us if we... Like, he did not ask for my name this time. He did ask if I have played the first one, if I was, like, familiar with the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, and I said yes, and he was like, ah, you look a little different from last time, so it took me a while to like, recognize that it was you, but, like, good to see you again. And then he's like, well, anyway, enjoy your fun little game. And, yeah, as far as I could tell, I didn't catch anything that was really, not a gimme, but something to kind of pay attention to. He did kind of point out, like, here's the character that you'll be going through the story with. Remember that. But nothing kind of like last time. It's like, hey, you might want to look at the controls and, like, you can change around the volume if you want. But I don't know. I do kind of like my balance, but I like being alive. I'm just searching. I don't know how much it wants me to keep doing this. Howdy, howdy. Rank 4 already! You're doing great. Keep up the good work. I'll do like one more. Getting to level 99 on Destiny Island. So this is the second Paranormasight, but it's not, I don't think this is a sequel to the first one. Like, I don't think that stories, as far as I can tell right now, I don't think the stories are connected. Like, I don't think it's the characters from the first game go to this island and investigate this island. As far as I can tell right now, I'm not, like, it could happen, but from what I know from this game and the characters that are in it so far, it just seems to be a totally different story. This is just within, it is a Paranormasight, but it's a different story. This is the second one, came out earlier this year, like February, but it's not, I think it's its own standalone story, perhaps. As far as I know. I'll do like one more. I dive so far down. I got a purple. Purple is good. Purple is good. Yay! Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. If I didn't get, I think there's like one other thing that we haven't gotten, but they were like, purple one is good, and I got it. Okay, then we'll get everything up to 2. Yeah! Looks like a little pecan. Praise me! I'm at level 5. Yeah! Thank you. I did get praise, thank you. Wait, gathering log. So there's like a gold thing that we haven't gotten yet. Rare sea snail, known both as a delicacy and for the extreme difficulty involved in harvesting it, has a long history of being presented to the Isai Shrine as an offering. Okay, I think that's like probably good for now. Right, let's leave it at that for today. Good work out there, Yuza. You managed to get a fair bit of diving in, huh? I bet you feel like you've got a better grasp on things now. For sure, I feel like my diver rank's gone up at least a bit, too. So, do you feel any different now? Did your body undergo any weird changes? That's a normal thing to ask. Nope, I feel exactly the same. Nothing's changed. I'm the same old Yuza I've always been. I guess we were a bit off the mark, huh? So what do you want to do now? Should we call it a day? Okay! Alright! Okay! just a second option we can't click yet. Okay! What are they talking about? Alright. You got it, Kamishima Port, here we come. Ooh. Hehe. You can click the little keychain. He's going! So cute. Second playthrough be like, nah, let's eat the flesh. Right? Like, I think if it felt really still kind of tutorial and just like, hey, you can keep playing if you want, but like, let's go back. So I was kind of thinking that if they did want us to specifically see something, we would see it kind of on the second or third dive. I kind of felt like, oh, continue with the story. Vibes, 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 vibes. This character is so my type it feels like I'm playing a dating sim. Hey Yusa, I took your catch to the market while you were changing. Oh thanks, I appreciate it. If you keep this up, you should be able to make a healthy profit, even with the price of gas. Yay! That's great, I'll have to keep at it then. Yes! The pouty lips. There you are, Azami. Chie! There you are, Azami. Don't tell me you went out fishing today. Oh, Chie, how's your back doing? Not going to get any better lounging around at home, that's for sure. More importantly, no one's meant to be taking their boats out right now because of the storm that's on the way. Don't tell me you didn't hear. Yeah, but it was more of a warning than a rule, and the weather looked fine, so I figured it was okay. Azami. You should know better than that, Azami. You youngins never listen, do you? Veteran diver Chie Toyama. The little turtle guy. This is the, it's the island mascot. He's so cute! Alright, Chie Toyama. 59 years old, veteran AMA diver. Again, I mean, the art is already so good. We've got, like, characters that have a bunch of character to them. The de facto leader of the AMA divers on Kamishima, she is a highly influential figure on the island. She married into a family on Kamishima shortly after the end of the Second World War at the age of 20 and has been working as an AMA diver for close to 40 years, rarely missing the opening day of each diving season. She has displayed a natural talent for diving ever since her days as an apprentice, coming to be known as Chie the Mermaid. For the deft ease in which she moves through the water. In her heyday, she earned more money than her husband, enough to send all 3 of her sons to university, an achievement that she takes great pride in and also earned her considerable authority in her household. Hell yeah, Chie. Now a grandmother to 7, a back injury has led her to being less active than she used to be, but she is still considered one of the most experienced divers on the island. Her graceful swimming shows no sign of decline, continuing to inspire others even now. Her estimated diver rank is 67. Is what? Okay, bye. End stream. And going out with the Minakuchi. The Minakuchi boy of all people! Actually, Azami only took out his boat because I asked him to help out with my work. Wait a dang second, don't tell me you went out to dive. I did. I did. I was thinking I could follow in Grand's footsteps and become an AMA diver. Absolutely not! I won't allow it! What? Why? He's a member of the association, same as everyone else. As long as he follows the rules, it should be fine, right? Sure, it's rare for guys to become AMA divers, but it's not like it's forbidden or anything. Ooh, these are such fun sprites. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm saying he shouldn't be allowed in the sea. It's obscene is what it is. Everyone agreed to put up with him being on the island for Suyu's sake. But now he gets it in his head to go diving of all things. Have you no sense, boy? Dot, dot, dot. Seems like I'll have to have a few words with Suyu. You not knowing your place is gonna cause everyone trouble. Am I, like, cursed? Listen up, Minakuchi boy. You'd better keep your head down and stay put on dry land where you belong. No more diving, you hear? Hey now. You don't think that's going a bit far? There's no need to lay into Yuzu like that. Azami. What? You really don't think anything of all this after what his mother did? Nope, not at all. Yuzu hasn't done nothing. Yuzu hasn't done anything wrong. He was a victim of the disaster too, maybe more than anyone else. Recently there's been this strange rumbling coming from the sea, the same rumbling as 5 years ago. Everyone's scared of what might be coming. They're bracing themselves for another big disaster. Oh, is that what you meant by the storm? The weather forecast said things are gonna stay calm for a bit, though. To hell with the weather forecast. It didn't save us 5 years ago. Anyway, you see why we've got to stay in the god of the sea's good graces. No doing anything to upset them, got it? Don't let it get you down, Yuza. She isn't a bad person at heart, but the old folks here are all pretty firm in their beliefs, I guess. Yeah, it's only natural. I was kind of expecting it, to be honest. Still, I didn't think she'd get that mad. Guess I have a bigger chip on their shoulders about all this than I thought. Seems like they really think your mom was to blame for the disaster. Yeah. I guess wanting to get to the bottom of things there was one of my reasons for becoming an AMA diver. Do we have anything on the disaster yet? No, not yet. Oh, there we go. Southern Sea disaster, a localized storm that broke out on the sea to the south of Kamishima around 5 years ago, resulting in a maritime accident in which a total of 10 people went missing. 3 fishing vessels that had set out to sea from Kamishima were suddenly caught in an unanticipated storm and foundered, leaving all but one of the 11 fishermen and AMA divers on board missing. When the ships were later dredged up and searched, not a single body was discovered. The sole survivor was Yuza Minakuchi, who was a middle school student at the time. His parents, Tosuke Minakuchi and Mare Minakuchi, as well as Azami Kumoi's father, Gyokichi Kumoi, were among the victims. Locals in the area reportedly heard an eerie rumbling from the sea on the morning of the incident. List of casualties. 1. Medium-sized fishing vessel Daiichi Kyosui Maru. Captain Gyokichi Kumoi and all 5 crew members reported missing. Small-sized fishing vessel Olmei Maru foundered. Captain Yukiji Nishikawa and 1 passenger, identity unknown, reported missing. Small-sized fishing vessel Minakuchi Maru foundered. Captain Tosuke Minakuchi and 1 other crew member reported missing. 1 passenger recovered with slight injuries. Dissociative amnesia due to psychological trauma. Rage painting Neptune. When the boat Minakuchi family was on was about to sink, Mare and Tosuke Minakuchi put a life buoy on their son Yuza and helped him escape the boat before the waves engulfed it. Despite the slim chances of survival in such a dire situation, Yuza was miraculously found drifting in the sea the next day, still wearing the buoy, and was successfully rescued. Although he had no external injuries, the shock of his accident had left him in a state of confusion, and he has little memory of what happened at the time. After the accident plunged Kamishima into a state of deep sorrow. Fishermen and AMA divers temporarily stopped fishing to mourn, and a memorial was erected to honor the lost. Perhaps due to his memory loss, the sole survivor, Yuza, appeared relatively composed in contrast to the grief of those around him. Many found this unnerving, and Yuza became increasingly isolated from the rest of the community. Azami Kumoi, himself having lost his father in the accident, tried to support him however he could, reasoning that he was still better off than Yuza, who had lost both of his parents before his very eyes. As investigations continued, questions arose about what the Minakuchi family had been doing in the vicinity of the disaster despite not having gone out to fish. Yuza only remembered his parents telling him to come with them, and the purpose of their excursion remains unclear to this day. It was not long before speculation began that Mare Minakuchi had done something to incur the wrath of the god of the sea, and the islanders, already suspicious of her due to her mysterious background, were quick to condemn her, citing the sudden, localized nature of the storm. In contrast, only words of sympathy were spoken for her husband, Tosuke. As rumors that Mare had brought disaster to Kamishima continued to spread, Yuza's grandmother, Tsuyu Minakuchi, sent him away from the island to board at a high school on the mainland. She had sensed the islanders' resentment beginning to turn toward Yuza and hoped to shield him from becoming an even greater target of their ire. Even now, 5 years after the accident, feelings of animosity towards Mare Minakuchi remain deeply ingrained in the people of Kamishima, with the truth of the accident still shrouded in mystery. Deep scars and suspicions continue to linger in the hearts of many of the islanders. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Good to have background information. Mare Minakuchi. Yuza Minakuchi's mother having gone missing in the Kamishima Southern Sea disaster 5 years ago, she was declared dead a year later after search parties found no sign of her. More than 20 years ago, Mare Somikawa arrived on Kamishima with no possessions to her name, expressing that she had taken a liking to the local environment and wanted to move there. However, she remained tight-lipped about her background, only revealing that she was from a small town out in the mountains and that she had to leave her home for undisclosed reasons. And although her request to move to Kamishima was accepted, many islanders remained suspicious of her. After settling on the island, she showed an interest in the Ama lifestyle and eventually took it up after displaying a talent for freediving, with Tsuyu Minakuchi acting as her instructor. During this time, she grew close to Tosuke Minakuchi, Tsuyu's only son, and eventually married him a few years later. The two would go on to have a son of their own, whom they named Yuza. Despite this, Mare was unable to fully shake the air of mystery that surrounded her, and many islanders continued to question whether her presence on the island might cause trouble down the line. Something of a free spirit, her nonconformist ways, and somewhat naive personality meant that she was often absent from local activities, leading to further criticism from a portion of the population. Some also reported frequently spotting her wandering the island after she first moved there, seemingly looking for something or catching sight of her doing something on the shore in the middle of the night. Fortunately, her mother-in-law, Tsuyu Minakuchi, was a person of no small influence on Kameshima, and no one dared to openly persecute Mare under Tsuyu's watchful eye. The three generations lived peacefully under the same roof for more than 10 years until the Kameshima sudden sea disaster tore them apart. Since her disappearance in the disaster 5 years prior, a growing number of people have accused her of somehow being responsible, citing her various instances of suspicious behavior as justification. Her mom might be a mermaid, who knows? Yeah, everyone's been avoiding the topic until now, but that can't go on forever. Hey, you two. Ikuko. Ikuko. Hmm? Oh, it's Ikuko. Yeah, you two over there. Can I get some help with these boxes here? I need to get them to the warehouse. Local Ama diver, Ikuko Tsutsui. Okay. Okay, Ikuko is an Ama diver. She's 28. A woman born and raised in Kameshima, unmarried. She is known for her friendly, sociable nature and almost sisterly tendency to look after others, both of which make her a familiar face to many on the island. Ever since her school days, Kikuko harbored a strong desire to leave Kameshima and make a life for herself elsewhere. While most of her classmates began working as Ama divers following graduation from middle school, she decided to enroll in a boarding school as a first step towards fulfilling this goal, going on to graduate from a junior college in Aichi Prefecture and then finding a job in general administration at a company in Ise City. However, because her assigned work consisted only of unfulfilling menial tasks like pouring tea and answering calls, she was left after only 1 year. She changed jobs repeatedly over the following years but found no further luck in subsequent workplaces. Eventually recognizing that success as an Ama diver is determined solely by the extent of one's physical prowess and ingenuity, she came to find the idea of such work appealing and moved back to Kameshima 4 years ago. Despite her late start as an Ama diver compared to her peers, she leveraged her high athletic ability, a talent which even saw her start in the national athletic meet during her school days, and her innate knack for analytical thinking and research to consistently turn out good results, and she has since earned the respect of even the veteran Ama divers of the island. Her estimated diver rank is 41. Kikuko has had scant luck with men, having been introduced to several potential partners only to be turned down by all of them. Her parents, anxious for her future, worry that the large birthmark on her face is to blame. Wrong. But Kikuko herself remains unfazed, citing her lack of interest in marriage as a primary cause, something which has caused them no end of concern. Although she endeavored to hide her birthmark with makeup while at school and during her time as an office worker, she has since embraced it, proudly proclaiming it to be her symbol. Good morning. Yes, we have started the Mermaid's Curse. I'm not that far into it because I can't help but read things. Everything that it presents me, which is probably the right way to play anyway. And I spent a bit of time diving, but I'm really, really excited to kind of see what's going to go on here. And I've heard really, really good things about the second one, as I've heard really good things about the first one, and I loved the first one, so I imagine I'm really going to like this one. Phew, thanks. I knew I could rely on you youngins to help out. Youngins? You're a youngin too, Kikuko. Aw, how kind. Pretty sure you're the only ones who'd say that, though. Oh, cute! Cute, cute, cute. I was told out of nowhere to make sure anything valuable was stowed away just in case a storm hit, so what a pain. So you're getting ready for the storm, too? Yep, pretty silly when the weather's this good, huh? Not like I can say no, though. Speaking of pains, I overheard Chie giving you an earful just now. Are you seriously planning on becoming an Alma diver, Yuza? Well, that was the plan, but it's looking like I might be forced into retirement before I even begin. Why now? Didn't you come back here to look after Suyu? Yes, but I still have to work, and I've always been interested in Alma diving. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We're playing PARANORMASIGHT, The Mermaid's Curse. A little horror-ish mystery novel. Mystery visual novel. Gwen was also pretty down about no longer being able to dive, so I thought it might cheer her up a bit. Ah, so you want to follow in Suyu's footsteps. Bill? Must have noticed that everyone was on edge just at the thought of you coming back here. If they hear you went diving, there'll likely be a bit of an uproar. Are they really that set against Yuza going in the sea? I never heard anyone say anything like that. Well, they don't say it where you can hear it. Everyone loves you here and they know you're close with Yuza. Probably feel they can't be that tough on him with you around. What was that? Oh, never mind. Forget I said anything. Can't deny there's been this creepy rumbling coming from the sea recently, though. It's no wonder everyone's unnerved. If some sort of disaster does end up happening again and Yuza gets caught doing something he wasn't meant to, that'll probably be it for him. Yeah, that's what I don't get. Do people seriously believe Yuza's mom caused that storm? Everyone suffered because of it, including Yuza's family. It's so stupid. My guy! Hey, I honestly think it's stupid too. But the truth is there are a bunch of people who believe it. Making a fuss about it isn't going to get you anywhere, right? Besides, even if the storm doesn't come in the end, a different kind of storm may already be brewing. A different kind of storm? Well, you shouldn't have any trouble if you keep your head down. Just be good and do what you're told and no one will get on your case, yeah? Give me a break. Why has he gotta keep his head down here? He was born and raised in Kamishima just like everyone else. Hey, getting mad at me won't change anything. If it upsets you that much, why don't you leave? Leaving a place like this behind might be for the best, don't you think? Maybe, but I can't just ask my gran to move somewhere else at her age. Then you'll just have to put up with it. If you want to blame anyone, blame your mom. Does mom even do anything 5 years ago? No one wants to tell us anything. Azami, you are the only one. You're the only guy for me. No idea. I only came back here after the disaster, so I don't know what happened at the time. Mr. Wakamura always seems like he knows more than he lets on, though. Now that I think about it, why don't you just ask Suyu what she knows? You? I've already asked Gran about it countless times. She says she doesn't know anything. And you don't think that's a bit suspicious? If anyone knows something, it'd be her, right? You might be right. It was pretty hard to read. I wouldn't be able to tell if she was hiding something anyway. That was a good pout. Anyway, I do feel bad for you, but you just gotta grin and bear it. For everyone's sake, huh? No! No! Thanks for the help, you two. Try to stay out of trouble, okay? Dot, dot, dot. Kikuko really seemed like she didn't know anything, huh? The folks are way more on edge than I thought. Yeah, I've gotten the sense that I'm not exactly welcome here ever since I came back. But I didn't think trying to make a living here would lead to that much backlash. I didn't realize everyone disliked my mom quite that much, or that they were so suspicious of her. Seems like the timing wasn't great either. Everyone's wound up about these ill omens that are happening right now. This is a good... this is a good face. Still, I'm sure now that my mom must have had some sort of secret, and I'm almost certain it had to do with what we're looking into. If everyone hears that I went diving today, it might prompt people to start talking about what happened 5 years ago. True. If there's any time to ask about your mom, it's now. I think we should see what Old Man Wakamura and Suyu have to say about all this, too. Yeah, assuming Gran agrees to talk about it anyway. However, that night would see unprecedented calamity descend upon Kamishima. I was just about to say, kind of like, what are you even doing over there, Gran? I don't know if this is auto. Yeah. This is where it's hidden. Hidden? What is? What money your mother left us. I was about to say, like, a lot of stuff has happened with, like, no real spooky thing happening yet. Gran! See, what's wrong? As opposed to the first one, where it's just like, curses, curses, curses. Good night. No way, even so all the, like, older generation Ama divers died. Okay, just all the women? Use your head, it's... Protection and copyright. Storyteller. Well done in your efforts thus far. Did I miss something? Did I do something wrong? I regret to say that even if you continue down this path, you will be helpless to prevent the mysterious attack that befell Kamishima. For now, Yuza Minakuchi's bleak fate will likewise remain unchanged. If I may, perhaps it would be prudent to ignore this route for now and turn your attention elsewhere. Once you have found a way to proceed, you may return here to confirm the results for yourself. From here, you will return to your first diving experience, from which you may seek another way forward. If I may, I suspect you might be overlooking something important in those. Okay, so it was, like, I have to find something when I'm diving, and I thought it was gonna be like, hey, here's a little introduction to the minigame. Alright, we're gonna do another dive. I advise you to take a closer look behind you on your next dive. I thought it was still playing the tutorial. Oh, and another thing, I recommend saving manually once you resume your journey. If you fail to find another way forward, it will provide an excellent point from which to try again. I wish you the best of luck on your journey. I'm not stupid, storyteller, I promise. Okay, but I'm still diver rank 5. But what if I just get more abalone? Okay, behind me. Whoa. Oh my god, I might die. Okay. We got a sticker though. Hey, which is very, very worth it. Looks like you've got something interesting there, Yuza. Huh? Never thought there'd be mockingbird stickers out here in Issei Bay, and at the bottom of the sea to boot. Mockingbird? You mean this bird sticker? I do think it was pretty weird to find a sticker in a place like that, so I decided to hang on to it. They're real famous, an unknown artist makes them and hides them all over the place. Might as well pick up any you come across, maybe they'll bring you good luck. I see. Damn, I'm good. Maybe I should add treasure hunting to my list of talents. Mockingbird 18 discovered. All 20 reach a total of 5 and 20 stickers collected to unlock fun bonus content at these milestones. Skull and roses. Pretty good. Okay. I mean, it might be good to kind of also get our rank up. So we can kind of go further. Oh, or do this. Hmm? Okay. What the hell is that? No! Get away from me! Okay, now we're starting the game proper! I thought they just wanted me to farm, like, experience points! But I do like that you could have just kept going. Ooh. Huh. Wait a second. Huh. Okay. I thought it was just giving me the opening credits, but I still died. And it's brought me back, so I failed my dive. So I don't know if I've done what I needed to do. Ooh. Looks way. Let me save my game here. Because if I go back to that same... So I did this. It takes me through, like, the opening cutscene. I mean, the opening like, credits. And then I die in it. But if I go back to that same area, I just get pulled in and I die. Or, like, you know, my dive fails. So I think that's maybe all I need to do. I just need to see it. Like, approach it. And maybe I've triggered it. What I need to do here. Maybe? Yeah. No, maybe there's more. Yeah. Uh-oh. We're not getting that. Little turtle mascot cries if you don't bring anything. And then that seems like it's a lot. Like, it was like a chain and a sigil, which will probably need a much higher, you know, rank to do. Let me see if in here. Let's try that. I think. So I feel like that's a pretty significant thing to find, just kind of that cavern with like a spooky ghost version of myself. I don't know if that's enough to change the story. Okay. Let's try it. Now we have saved down here. I don't know how different. Right, because when we come up, he asks if we feel different. Feel exactly the same. Okay, so now we have this, we didn't have this before. Talk about the whole... Zami. Before we head back, could we talk for a bit? Sure, what's up? Ooh. I really just thought I was in the tutorial. I thought we would come back here. Is this the Mockingbird theme? Yeah! This, like, kazoo rock. Isn't this one of those Mockingbird stickers? Oh, good eye user, that's right. I found one stowed away on this very boat. It's amazing! By the way, that's Mockingbird number 8, tit for tat. It's the, like, kazoo and recorder rock song. I love it. He's a long-tailed tit. Apparently, you're meant to read the characters behind him as Blizzard. Huh, I guess there's more to these mockingbirds than I thought. Hello! Tenant, we already got 2 mockingbirds. We got this little guy, who I love. And we got this guy. This is a good song. This fishing boat, the Saimaru belongs to Azami's family. I don't have a boat of my own, so Azami was kind enough to bring it out for me. used to belong to his dad, so it's getting on in years, but he takes good care of it. It seems he's hoping to keep using it for years to come. Ocean. Kamishima is located in the waters near the entrance to Issei Bay. As such, there are strict regulations on both the times and places ama diving is allowed. Storyteller makes me, like, so mad. So I do think I'm really thinking about it. Like, oh, the game's gonna get me somehow. I know it's gonna get me because they got me at the very start and then the prologue in the first game. So how are they gonna get me here? And I'm like, everything seems pretty straightforward. And this is probably like the tutorial that's gonna, you know, introducing you to some of the game mechanics. So I just went for, I was just like, let's just continue on with the story. I'm sure they'll tell me more when the story starts. Island on the horizon is Kamishima, where I was born and raised. Ooh, think. I'm still struggling to process what just happened. I gotta tell Azami. This is Azami Kumoi, my best friend. I've known him since we were both kids growing up on Kamishima. When I told him I wanted to become an ama diver, he was quick to offer his full support. My #1 guy. So when I was diving just now, a giant hole in the seabed you'd never heard of before? Yeah, the rocks around it looked like they'd only recently collapsed. So I think it probably opened up within the last few months or so. Now that you mention it, there was a pretty big earthquake around here about 3 months ago. Maybe that had something to do with it. Oh, that's right. That would have been before I got back. Anyway, if you saw a giant hole in the seabed, you'd be curious about it, right? I sure would. Curious enough to try to take a look inside. It'd be pretty dangerous, but I guess I might, yeah. Right? So I went closer to try and get a better look. Did you see anything? Oh, you know. Well, when I looked down into the hole... I mean, this is also where, like, we meet and talk with Storyteller, yeah? A ghost or something that looked just like me suddenly rose up from the depths. A ghost that looked like you? It swam towards me with its hand outstretched. It looked like it was trying to hand something to me, or maybe it was trying to tell me something. Man. What'd you do then? Did you take its hand? I did. I felt like I couldn't resist, somehow. I guess even the patron saint of diving does foolish things sometimes. The only thing I was a patron of was carelessness and a lack of proper vigilance. Sounds like there wasn't much you could do about it, though. Really taking the, like, you saw a ghost of yourself part really well. And just like, what'd you do to the ghost? Hey, Yuza. That thing you ran into, do you think it could have been a Tomokazuki? Tomokazuki? A Tomokazuki, huh? But why would something like that be here? Anything... Okay, but, that's good. I'm a little mad at myself for just, like, exploring the seabed and thinking it was just... surely that won't give me anything important here, but, it's a good indication of how to go about this game, though, I think. Whereas I think with the first one, I was pretty confident. Like, I was pretty comfortable early on that I was like, all right, well, there's things that we have to look for and things we have to see, but it's not going to be so much of like, if I miss this, we're going to go down like the bad path, and it's going to not be, it'll be a while until we kind of realize it and have to restart. Where it was more like, okay, we're facing off against someone, here's where we're going to get a bad end or a good end, or like a bad end or we continue. Whereas this, I feel like I can miss something and then just get a dead end, and I have to look and find things. Yeah. Doesn't mean we're in Clannad now. Tomokazuki. Huh? You never heard of it? Well, I guess not even all the folks around here know about it either. It does sound familiar, though. The Tomokazuki is sort of a ghost story around these parts. Ooh. I like his big hands. The story goes that sometimes when diving, an Amadiver will come across another version of themselves, an exact copy. That other version of them will be holding out something they want, like an abalone. Something they want. And when the diver reaches for it, the Tomokazuki grabs them and drags them to the bottom of the sea. Whoa, that's scary! But wait, the Tomokazuki I saw wasn't holding anything. It wasn't? Well, that's different. Maybe it forgot it at home or something. Maybe your ghost counterpart is just an idiot. At home, huh? The abalone? Yeah, the abalone. Maybe it left it at home. Huh, maybe the Tomokazuki is more careless than the legends let on. You're pretty forgetful, though, so maybe it became such a perfect copy that it imitated that aspect of you as well. Oh, that damn Tomokazuki. It knows my every weakness. I got tricked by the diving part, too. It's like, this seems very tutorial, and they seem very, like, clear on, hey, you can stop at any time, and we can do more of this later. And I'm like, cool! I want to know, I want to see more characters and, like, learn about the setting. Now it feels like, only an hour and a half in, we've gotten into the game proper. Now that you mention it, though, I do think I remember that story from when I was younger. I guess the fact that I forgot the story really proves how forgetful I am, huh? No worries, it was a while ago, you know? So did anything happen after you took its hand? I don't really remember. When I came to, I was back outside the hole. I thought maybe I'd blacked out due to a lack of oxygen and had been some sort of hallucination. I see, yeah, I guess that's possible. But if that's the case, that means I stopped you just... That means I stopped you just to talk about some hallucination I saw, and that would be super embarrassing. Some people do say the Tomokazuki legends might have come about because of divers seeing things when they ran out of air. But hey, it's no big deal, even if it was a hallucination. The most important thing is that you're safe. Now, like, nothing bad ever happened. Please let nothing bad happen to my buddy. Still, I can't help but wonder about a hole suddenly appearing like that. Yeah, it's pretty weird. By the way, you know the symbols on your diving gear? I was also interested in that. Symbols? Yep, Seiman and Doman. The Amadivers around here all have them somewhere on their outfits. Oh, this was my mom's gear, so I didn't know. People say those symbols work as a charm to protect divers from the Tomokazuki. Interesting. But if I ran into Tomokazuki just now, wouldn't that mean the charm didn't work? Maybe, but it could be thanks to the charm that you made it back safely. The sea's a dangerous place even without the Tomokazuki around. Things could have been even worse without the charm to protect you. I see, so without this charm, I really could have been attacked by a shark. Glad I had it then. Seriously, a shark would have been no laughing matter. I was updated. Sharks. Okay. Tomokazuki. A long time ago in a small village on one of the islands in the Issei Sea, there lived a young Alma diver known for her exceptional swimming skills. One day the wind was strong and the waves were higher than usual. Undeterred by the turbulent weather, the young diver dove into the sea but couldn't find even the smallest shell to bring back, let alone any abalone. Determined to find something, she dove even deeper into the ocean until she paused, sensing a presence behind her. Turning, she felt an undeniable sense that someone was watching her from a shadowy crevice in the rock. Finding this strange, she ventured closer, only to come face to face with a diver who looked exactly like her. As she floated there, stunned, the other diver extended her hand. In it was an abalone, larger than any she had ever seen. The young diver was mesmerized. She had to have that abalone no matter what. She reached out her hand to take it. Suddenly, when her fingers were mere inches away from the abalone, the other diver's hand shot out and grasped her arm. Shocked, the young diver frantically struggled to pull away, but it was too late. Slowly, inevitably, she was dragged down into the depths of the ocean. Over time, this came to be known as Tomokazuki, Together Diver. Due to it taking on an identical appearance to its victims, divers are warned never to accept Tomokazuki's offerings in the depths, lest they suffer the same fate. Tomokazuki is still greatly feared by amba divers in modern times, and the Seiman and Doman symbols inscribed on items they take with them when diving are charms said to protect them from it. Protective symbol, Seiman and Doman. Protective symbols widely worn by amba divers in Shima and Toba. The star-shaped symbol is known as Seiman, and the lattice-like symbol is known as Doman. The two symbols are often embroidered side by side or drawn on clothing using purple dye made from shells. They are worn by amba divers when diving to ward off potential disasters that might befall them at sea. Nothing's gonna jump out at me if I turn around, right? Oops. Didn't get its face. Hey, Azami, about the Tomokazuki just now. Yeah? Recollection. Do you think it has anything to do with what we're looking into? Oh, this is making me... I'm already thinking this game's gonna be, like, harder. Unlocked past recollection chapter. Yuna Minakuchi, something I want to do. Hello, storyteller. My apologies for the interruption. I'd like to take this chance to inform you about a unique ability of yours, the recollection feature. But to make things clear, I must first tell you about the story chart. There we go! From here on, you will return to this screen, the story chart, that breaks in the story. You see, the story you will witness will not necessarily unfold in chronological order. Okay! This screen will allow you to see where each chapter lies in the grand scheme of things, as well as select where you wish to proceed next. If the icon for a chapter is not dim, that indicates it has not been fully completed. Generally speaking, completing a chapter will unlock the chapter immediately after it. However, there will occasionally be times when a recollection button will appear during the story, as you experienced just now. Pressing this button will allow you to delve into a memory evoked by certain words in the text, which will, in turn, unlock a new chapter, a past recollection chapter, for you to experience. A most remarkable ability, is it not? Definitely won't come out in the mechanics later on. Once you have unlocked such a chapter, it will become available in the story chart for you to peruse as you wish. This ability will be key in unraveling the tale before you, so do be sure to press the recollection button when you see it come up. Okay, so it's not like curses where I can just be like, I would rather not use my curse. Be sure to press the recollection button when you see it come up. With that, please enjoy the continuation of this tale. So, could your mom have become an amba diver because she wanted to find the Tomokazuki? But she wouldn't have worn something with this charm on it if that were true, right? Good point. Oh, I like that you get that little, like, sun glare if you look at towards the sun. Is that all you wanted to talk about? There's more. No, there's more. Actually, this might be the most important part. I realize there's something I need to do after this, something really important. Hey, so you found a lead down there after all? I'm serious. If I don't pull this off, something terrible is gonna happen. Hey, I believe you. Go on. Tell me everything. Oh. Okay, so this is dim, so we've done this. We can go this way. We can go backwards. We can do underwater gathering. Where we can go forward. Memories of the last summer. Oh. Choices. I feel like knowing background of like what these characters are up to and what we want to do is really important. So maybe we go backwards first, and then This is fun. Certainly are throwing a lot. Already feels like a lot more. I mean, I really like the first game, but this one also seems like it could be tough. You gonna save? This is probably good. I think we're gonna break it. Let's go back first, I think. Let's go back, yeah. What do they want to do? Okay, the day before he sets off for the sea, as an Amadiver, Yuza Minaguchi asks Asami Kumoe to meet him at the Kantekisho ruins. So this is the day before. I see. If you say you want to be an Amadiver, then of course you've got my full support. But something tells me you're not just doing this for Suyu. People are bound to talk if you become an Amadiver here. You must have some other reason, one big enough to risk everyone running their mouths. I knew I couldn't hide anything from you, Asami. Heh, wouldn't take me even 0.2 seconds to see through one of your lies. So, what's up? Tell me everything. These are the ruins of an old wartime building, the Kantekisho. The building's been abandoned, so hardly anyone ever comes here, which makes it the perfect place for private meetings. Oh, this seems real. Remains of this wartime structure are located atop a hill in eastern Kamishima. Oh, it's probably not real. Instruction to observe the impact points of shells fired from a test firing range operated by the former Army Ministry at Cape Irago on the opposite shore. Similar observation facilities were also built on Sugashima Island and in Ijika, a town on the Shima Peninsula. Having been abandoned after the Second World War, the observation post has since fallen into disrepair, and entry is now forbidden to the general public. Anything else? The music is quite nice. Even though he's got a lot on his plate, Asami agreed to meet up the moment I said something. Been looking out for me ever since I came back. I couldn't ask for a better friend. Hey, Asami. What I'm about to say is gonna sound pretty crazy. You still want to hear it? Sure, bring it on. Thanks. I'll come right out and say it then. I'm looking for a mermaid, and I need to find one by tomorrow. Oh, a mermaid, huh? And by tomorrow at that. That's gonna be tough. I'm being serious. In fact, I've never been more serious. I really do have to find a mermaid by tomorrow. That's cute. Is he, like, blushing? I can tell you're not joking by the look on your face. You've got some sort of reason for saying this, right? Go on. I'm listening. Thanks, Asami. Think. Should be able to tell Asami everything, right? I was gonna check. Make sure there's no spooky ghosts. Like, oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Mermaid search reason. Is it okay if I talk a little about the disaster 5 years ago? The disaster, huh? If you're okay with it, sure. I was in middle school at the time, and my parents had taken me out into the bay on a little fishing boat. This massive storm came out of nowhere and sank all 3 fishing boats that got caught up in it. I was the only one who survived. Yeah, it was really terrible. So, what about the disaster did you want to talk about? Well, I've recently started to remember some things about what happened. For real? I know your memories out of the disaster were kind of hazy due to the shock. Cute. But it's great that you're starting to remember. Oh, but... I guess it's not exactly something you'd want to remember, huh? Sorry for getting all fired up. It's okay. It actually hasn't bothered me as much as I thought it would. Thanks for worrying about me, though. Just... the things I've remembered are a bit strange, so I couldn't bring myself to say anything. Sorry for keeping quiet up to now. Strange, huh? Well, I can see why you'd want to keep it to yourself, all things considered. Don't sweat it. Oh no, there better not be a cool badass bird right behind me. So, about the accident. When we ran into the storm, our boat got caught in a whirlpool and started to sink. My parents gave me a life buoy and lowered me into the water. They were frantic, and I was too stunned to do anything but go along with what was happening. I can imagine. That must have been really scary. The waves were knocking me around, so it took everything I had just to hold on to the buoy. In the end, I just watched as the boat was swallowed up by the water. I couldn't do anything else. There wasn't anything you could have done. It wasn't your fault, Lisa. But right after that, this huge wave came crashing down on me. And I got dragged down into the depths of the sea, life buoy and all. Huh? Oh. You got pulled under? But I thought... Yeah, up until now, I thought I managed to miraculously stay afloat until I got rescued. But I remember now, I was pulled down underneath the waves. Huh? I remember being caught in a current and tossed all about underwater. Couldn't breathe. I was so sure I was going to die there. But then someone grabbed my hand. Wait, are you saying what I think you're saying? I was barely conscious by that point, so it's not like I saw them clearly or anything. But I'm certain someone was there with me, someone who grabbed hold of me and pulled me to safety. And from what I remember... You're saying they were a mermaid? Exactly. So you were saved by a mermaid. I'm sure of it, and it looked exactly like what first comes to mind when you hear the word mermaid. A real mermaid, huh? But it was a really extreme situation, so it's entirely possible I was just seeing things. Which would mean I called you out here just to talk to you about some hallucination I had, and if that's the case, I'm gonna be super embarrassed. I mean, you're standing here talking to me now, right? So you must have gotten out of that situation somehow. And I can't imagine any normal people being able to stay afloat in a storm like that, let alone managing to save someone. These guys are silly. Same, you'd have to be some sort of superhuman or something, or not human at all. Man, who would have guessed there were mermaids here in Issei? If I really was saved by a mermaid, I owe them my life. I'd like to thank them in person, if possible. Makes sense. So that's why you're looking for them, huh? But why does it have to be tomorrow? Well, if we manage to find them, I've got to thank them for saving you too, then. So, I was thinking of heading to where the disaster happened and diving there to see if I can find anything. Wait. Are you sure? You almost died there. I'll be fine. In fact, since I've never gone near there since the disaster happened, I was also thinking I'd like to do something to honor my parents and your dad's memory. Yeah, I'd like to at least offer flowers, if nothing else. The others here have always kept their distance, but it's not like going there is forbidden or anything. Let's do it. Thanks, Asami. I owe you one. No bird stickers, right? Or ghosts. Bird stickers and or spooky ghosts. Mermaid search leads. But there's no guarantee the mermaid will still be around there, right? I'm thinking it'd be good to have more of a lead before we head out there. About that, you mind if I say something crazy? Again? Sure, what's up? You remember my mom, right? Of course I remember Mrs. Murray. Well, she wasn't originally from Kamishima, but she met my dad when she moved here and ended up marrying him. But even to me, she never seemed to really fit in here. Well, I can't really disagree there. She never spoke to me much either. Some people even outright told me not to talk to her, you know? Said she was suspicious because we didn't know anything about her, stuff like that. I guess that's understandable. She didn't really involve herself in community activities and almost never participated in local events. Felt like she was always keeping her distance from the other islanders somehow. 20 years here, and she was still considered an outsider. Yeah, I never knew how to bring it up to you, but I always kind of wondered. Was there some sort of reason for that? Big frown. Not as far as I know. Dad and Gran never seemed to mind, so I figured that's just how she was. But looking back at things now, it was pretty weird. Well, I guess even I thought she was a bit of an oddball at times. You say that, but I think you're getting to be pretty similar to her. What? Really? Yep. What's that saying? Marching to the beat of your own drum? You're both like that. Really? I never realized. I've been so blind! A blind fool! Yep, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Huh? Oh no, this is pretty fun. Why'd you bring up your mom all of a sudden? Well, looking back now, there was a few things that always bothered me. Oh? For a start, no one ever told me where my mom was from. She was also a natural at ama diving, but I never saw her eat. But I never saw her eat any seafood. And sometimes at night, she'd suddenly say she wanted to go look at the sea before going out and not coming back for hours. Huh, I guess that is all pretty weird, yeah. That's not all. When I was sorting through my mom's belongings, I found this. We usually keep it in the family altar, but I brought it along today to show you. What is that, a fish scale? It's huge, it's gotta be at least 7 or 8 centimeters long. I always just figured she'd held onto us because it was a rare find. But once I remembered the mermaid, I began to wonder. It's the rainbow fish! What fish could this scale have come from? The rainbow fish! And why was my mom holding on to it? Whoa, hold it right there. You're not saying! I am. The mermaid who rescued me back then was my mom. Azami. I want to say it. I think it was my mom. What do you think? I don't know. Pretty out there. Would that even be possible? Your theory is your mom used to be a mermaid, but she became a human so she could live among us? Among us? Among us? Yeah, but she turned back into a mermaid when the disaster happened and wasn't able to come back afterwards. How does that sound? My mom! I don't know. It's you, bro. You saved me. Mooch. And after hearing your story, I can't just dismiss it out of hand either. If that's really the case, my mom really is still out there in the sea somewhere, even in a different form. I was thinking it'd be nice if I could see her again. It might be because they're still treated as missing instead of dead, but still hasn't really sunk in that my parents are gone. Right? They're missing. They're not dead. I know what you mean. Sometimes it feels like my pops is just going to show up at home again like nothing ever happened. Though, even if your mom's alive, I guess it'd be hard for her to show up if she's back in her mermaid form now. My mom really does have some sort of connection to mermaids. But maybe that was the reason she never really fit in here. It might help clear up any mistaken impressions that the others have of her anyway. Yeah, guys, don't worry. My mom was just a mermaid. Oh, sorry. I see. If you think that by trying out ama diving, like your mom did, you might be able to find something out. And maybe if you're lucky, you'll run into a mermaid in the process. Yeah. And if I really am descended from mermaids somehow, it's possible that diving might awaken something in me. Oh, right. I hadn't thought of that. I guess if your legs suddenly become fins, we'll know for sure you're a second-generation mermaid. Okay, I think I've gotten the gist of what you want to do now. Thanks for understanding, Azami. I haven't been happy with how people have been treating you ever since the disaster either, and what they say about your mom. If there's anything I can do to clear the air, I want to help. My #1 guy. Thanks, I appreciate it. Though I don't know how people will react if you suddenly start talking about mermaids. It might be best to keep quiet about that part for now and just say you're looking into your mom. What do you think? Yeah, I think that would be best. Okay, oh, it's cute. Now we've got that settled, how about we head out tomorrow morning? That sound good to you? Yep, I've been doing some training in secret, so I'm all set. Okay. Well, having to find a mermaid by tomorrow is pretty sudden. Yeah! What's up with the tight deadline? Well, sorry, I can't say right now. If we manage to find one, I'll explain everything. I promise. Okay. Well, as long as you tell me later, it's all good. Oh, and here's an idea. If you're in that much of a rush, how about we talk to Tsukasa and Sato? Maybe they'll be able to help out. I wonder, it would be nice to have more help. But would they even believe me? The whole thing is pretty crazy after all. Besides, Tsukasa's going back to the mainland soon. I'd hate to bother her now. True. Still, knowing Tsukasa, she might be surprisingly on board with the whole thing. Azami is such a cool dude. It's Tsukasa. See, I knew he'd be here. Ah! Whoa, speak of the devil. Oh, cute. Cute, cute, cute. Yeah, when did you two get here? Oh, talking about something you didn't want us to hear, were you? Cute, oh my god. Boys will be boys, I guess. Childhood friend, Tsukasa Awao. Tsukasa Awao. A female high school student apprentice Amo diver, 17 years old. A girl born and raised in Kamishima. She has a bright, friendly nature and an inquisitive personality. Currently in her 2nd year of high school, she boasts excellent grades, sharp intuition. She has been staying at a relative's house in Ise City since last year in order to attend an all-girls high school on the mainland and is currently back on Kamishima for summer break. Despite this, she frequently makes trips back to the island on weekends and has been trying her hand at underwater gatherings since the current diving season began, having long been interested in the Ama lifestyle. Her estimated diver rank is 6, however her teachers have been strongly encouraging her to aim for a national university. She has been friends with Azami Kumoi and Yuza Minakuchi since childhood, with their close rapport making up for their difference in academic years, and it was more common to find her playing with the 2 boys than with girls her own age up until middle school. However, since leaving the island to attend high school, she has grown more conscious of their age difference and has put some distance between herself and them. They have a cute little song, too. She hit it off immediately with Sato Shiranami, a girl who came to Kamishima to lodge with the Wakamuras a few months ago and was looking forward to showing her around the island and helping her adapt to life there whenever she returns home. 18 years ago, her still pregnant mother, Nagisa Awao, moved to Kamishima alone before giving birth to Tsukasa shortly afterwards. Tsukasa subsequently grew up in a single-mother household. Although she used to occasionally ask her mother about her father, her questions were always evaded, so she has since stopped inquiring. However, the fact that her mother never seems to have any financial difficulty, despite not working, has led to her to quietly suspect he might still be involved in some way. Hey. Yeah, she's cute glasses, too. She's super cute. Hey, you've got us all wrong. We weren't talking about anything like that. Yeah, you gotta hear me out, Tsukasa. I was powerless to resist. I refused at first, but Azami insisted, and... Oh? Tell me more. You might as well admit it, Yuza. And Sato, what's with the sudden keen interest? Enigmatic girl, Sato Shiranami. She is very... meh. Sato Shiranami. Occupation, house guest. Age 17, a mysterious girl currently lodging with Shinobu Wakamura, a local Kamishima magnate. Roughly 3 months ago, Sato suddenly arrived in Kamishima claiming that she was the child of a relative of the Wakamuras. She showed no sign of attending school or doing any sort of work, says spending her days holed up in the Wakamura household, leading many islanders to wonder just who she is and what she's doing there. Those who know about Wakamura's high-interest money lending behind the scenes speculate that she might be the daughter of one of his borrowers sent to work as a domestic servant to pay off a debt. But Sato herself is extremely easygoing and doesn't seem to be bothered by the endless rumors. A huge television fan, she spends much of her spare time glued to the set in the Wakamura household, with her most recent obsessions being soap operas and 2-hour thrillers. However, she isn't all that fond of period dramas. She's good friends with Tsukasa Awawa, who is close to her in age, and the two can often be seen enjoying themselves wandering the island together. Good face. Let's all calm down, okay? It's not like that. We were having a perfectly normal conversation about mermaids. Yeah, sure. Anyway. Hey, don't just brush me off. You're getting pretty worked up, Azami. Don't act all innocent. You're the one who caused this mess, you know? Oh, cute. Sorry to interrupt your fun, but I really did have something to say. Folks are worried you haven't showed up to the association meeting, Azami. You should probably get going. Yay! Oh, damn, the meeting! It totally slipped my mind. Sorry, Yuza. I gotta go for now, but I'll get in touch later. No problem. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming, even though you're so busy. This is a very cute mouth. It's the V. She kind of has, like, big teeth. I guess we'll be on our way, too, then. Oh my god, cute. He's so, like, chipmunky. Sorry, but we've got some important business of our own to handle. We won't be able to help out with whatever you're up to. We're a recollection in a recollection. Unlocked past recollection chapter, Satoshi Aranami advice. So did you hear what we were talking about? Only the part where my name came up. I didn't want to be nosy, though. The vine boom. Like when the recollection shows up in the corner, it uses the vine boom. That too. I see. Well, thanks for coming all the way out here to get Azami. He's very cute. He got like a very cute mouth. I don't know what you guys are up to, but you've piqued my interest. Be sure to tell me all about it later, okay? Oh my gosh, cute. Anyway, see you later. Come on, Sato. Roger. Oh, one more thing. Oh, cute! Better not forget about the day after tomorrow. Tell Azami he'd better remember too. She's got like the canine sticks out. She's got like the 80s kind of blowout. A little bit. Sure, I'll tell him later. Okay. They've done that. Do cursed or memories of last summer? Oh my goodness, there's like 40. So there's 2 routes already. Presumably these are like the same time, and they're gonna be different ways we can go about it. Okay. I am interested in seeing what the girls are up to, though. Maybe, depending on how long this is, maybe we'll just do one more. Advice, Satoshi Aranami recollection. Having grown close to each other, Tsukasa tells Satoshi Aranami that she has something important to discuss. Cute. Sato, you got a sec? So, I was hoping to get a bit of advice. Oh my goodness, so cute. Thing is, you're the only one I can really talk to about this. Sure, what's up? If you've got a problem, leave it to me. Kameshima's living, walking, talking encyclopedia. Wow, that's a pretty impressive title, Miss Encyclopedia. Though I think the walking, talking kind of implies you're living already. Either way, I hope you can help. You know that even if it kills me, I'll squeeze every last brain cell I've got to help you, Tsukasa. He's so chipmunky. Asha's also cute. Right. But you're supposed to be a living encyclopedia, so please don't go dying on me. Thanks for being there for me, though. Come on, let's go somewhere where there's no one else around then. Okay, so this was 6, so it's the day before. Pardon me a moment, young ladies. Yes? You mean us? Yes, sorry for the trouble, but I was hoping to get some directions. Oh, are you here sightseeing? Welcome to Kamishima. Some really important-looking characters. I'm afraid it's not quite as relaxing as sightseeing. We're looking for the Wakamura residence. Would you happen to know where it is? The Wakamura residence? May I ask who you are? Oh, of course. Please pardon my manners. My name is Yumeko Shiki, a housewife from over in Tokyo. Tokyo housewife, Yumeko Shiki. Sure. Squirrel Casa. Oh, housewife. And here is Sodo Kiryu. He's something like an assistant to me. My pleasure. You have, like, armor on. Yumeko's assistant, Sodo Kiryu. Okay, Yumeko Shiki. Okay, we've got nothing on them. Female housewife. Secret. A housewife from Tokyo who came to Kamishima to visit Wakamura. Sodo Kiryu. Also nothing. 25. A man who visited Kamishima alongside Yumeko Shiki. Oh, you must be guests for the old man. The Wakamura home is just up the slope after you head through that alley. It's a bit of a maze, though. Want me to show you? Ah, so it was that way. Thank you, but I believe we can manage from here. Oh my goodness. Believe it or not, we've been running all around the region. We're quite used to the area now. What? Unlocked past recollection chapter, Yumeko Shiki, Futami Gaura investigation. It's just like very different from the other recollection thumbnails we've gotten. Oh. Got it. Take care then. Why did they make these faces? Ma'am, is something the matter? No, it's nothing. I'll tell you later. We'll be on our way then. Sorry for stopping you. Those two had a really strange vibe. The old man sure gets some unusual guests. Yeah, there was something about them. Don't you think that's the kind of aura that sorcerers would give off? Oh, I know what you're getting at. I've heard those rumors too. Everyone's saying that old man Wakamura has been super reliant on some shady sorcerer lately. That's not what I expected him to look like. Shinobu Wakamura, male local magnate, 55 years old, single most influential person on Kamishima, although born to an ordinary fishing family on the island, he entered his 20s during the post-war economic boom, and through tireless work and juggling multiple side jobs, he managed to amass a small fortune over the years. He went on to invest this fortune into the development of Kamishima, not only upgrading its fishing equipment, but also improving the island's infrastructure to entice businesses to set up shop on the island, efforts that have earned him the appreciation of people all over the island. He currently holds many key positions on the island, including serving as the head of the Kamishima Fisheries Cooperative Association, and it is said that his appointment as the next mayor of Kamishima is all but confirmed. The mayor? Although admired for his many contributions to Kamishima's development, his personality leaves much to be desired. With many stories of him using force to get things to go his way, he is often high-handed in his dealings with others, fully aware that his position makes it difficult to oppose him. Having moved his main home and base of operations to the mainland many years prior, there are abundant rumors that he has since added loan sharking and land grabbing to the list of ways he's willing to add to his sizable fortune. It is said that he has recently become an ardent devotee of a certain famous sorcerer in Tokyo and often relies on their guidance when making decisions. They did say they were from Tokyo. Maybe they really are sorcerers. Whatever. Come on, Sasha, let's go. Yep. None of my business. Think. Okay, this spot should work fine. Oh man, now that I'm actually about to talk about it, I'm getting super nervous. Cute, so cute, oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm chewing. This little bay is quite hard to find, so hardly anyone ever comes here, including tourists. Which makes it a great place to talk in secret. The sound of the waves and cicadas surround us. It's your typical summer day. Dude, the cicadas have been getting a little bit louder around me lately. Maybe not louder, but definitely more apparent. It used to be really loud, but they've been doing, this tree by our apartment, apparently, like, rotted this year, so they cut it down. And so it's been a lot less. There's been a lot less of the noise of cicadas, but they're kind of coming from other directions now, so... But... Nothing else? No cool birds? The music's cute. Now that we're here to talk, she suddenly looks like she can't get the words out. Maybe I should be the one to nudge and ask from my side. She actually looks like she's kind of embarrassed. I'm worried for her, but I have to say she also looks kind of cute like this. Wait. Triple checking. They don't give you a check mark for that. That's okay. Alrighty, you said you wanted some advice, so let's hear it. How can I help you, Miss Tsukasa? Well, I do want your advice, but I'm not really sure where to start. Wow, I guess this really isn't an easy topic for her. In that case, let me start her off with another topic to loosen her up. Talk about summer break. I guess we'll be heading back to the mainland soon now that the Obon holidays are over. Yeah, I head back to my boarding school in 3 days, so I've only got until the day after tomorrow to take it easy here. Right, time sure flew by. I'm really gonna miss you. Me too, only 2 days left, huh? 2 days. Oh, what am I gonna do? I guess whatever she wants advice on is time sensitive. The plans you were talking about for the day after tomorrow... I guess it's a get-together with the others before you head back? Yeah, that's right. Plans with Azami and Yuza. I couldn't give them much time this trip, so I figured they might be feeling a bit left out. Makes sense. You're pretty close friends. Totally. Even grown up, they still do the dumbest stuff. Just can't leave them be. Maybe I should leave you all to enjoy it without me then. No way! They're the lucky ones to have someone as cute as you come along with me. Wrong. You are so cute. Man, I can't believe my summer break's already coming to an end. Oh, this is also very cute. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Talk about TV shows. Oh, Tsukasa, that reminds me. Did you catch that 2-hour suspense drama the other day? That's just cute. Oh, right, you said you were looking forward to it. I didn't see it, and Mom was watching a period drama. Darn, that actor you like had a good part. He turned out to be the killer, though. I wish I could have watched it. You did just kind of spoil it, though. Wish we had a VCR like yours. You can record music shows and watch them over and over, right? That sounds amazing. Not many houses on the island have one, though. Yeah, I know it's a bit of a luxury, but being able to record and keep TV programs is the best. You love TV way more than I do. It's great that you can enjoy it whenever you like. What can I bring up on my side for a bit of small talk? The only stuff that comes to mind are things I've been watching on TV. Some encyclopedia I am. Guess that was a lie. Okay, a little small talk and she seems to have calmed down a bit. Do a little bit more. You really can't get enough of your TV. Huh? You think I watch too much? How much did you watch this summer? Well... I guess I'm pretty much always watching whenever I'm home. Nice. You should thank old man Wakamura for letting you watch as much as you want. We're hardly ever allowed to watch TV at boarding school. Even at home, I'm always fighting over what to watch with Ma. Makes it damn hard for me to keep up with the conversation at school, you know? TV's just got too much influence on everyone. Can't blame him either. It's pretty fun. Speaking of TV, I saw something on the morning news. Yeah? What happened? They said an Alma diver on the mainland went missing at sea. Oh, yeah, I saw that too. I hope they find her safe. Apparently they're still searching, but it goes to show how dangerous being an Alma diver is. Yeah, even I've had a couple of moments out there that have been way too close. When the catch is right in front of you, it's easy to think you can go a bit further, and end up pushing it just too far. Sounds scary. You should be careful out there. Now that I think about it, a little while back, there was that story about old human bones found on the seabed near Toba. Whoa, I never heard about that one. That really happened? Creepy! Maybe it was someone who went missing at sea. I just hope it isn't, like, the curse or anything. Yeah, the sea can be pretty scary. The old Alma grannies always told us, we islanders live with the sea, never forget how fearsome it can be. That's why the Alma divers wear charms and mind the proper rites, right? Yeah, gratitude, manners, and restraint towards the sea are never to be forgotten. That's the first thing they teach you when you start diving. Oh god, more to talk about TV shows. You know, Sato, compared to when you first arrived on the island, you've really brightened up. Might be thanks to all the TV. Oh? Was I really that gloomy before? Yep, up until about a month ago, it felt like there was a little cloud hanging over you whenever we spoke. It was like you were kind of depressed all the time, like nothing in the world really mattered to you. Oof, so that's how I came off. Sorry for being such a downer. Yeah, you didn't crack jokes like you do now, either. But this you? Way better. Having fun stuff going on really brought you into life. Makes sense. I'll try keeping up the positivity. Okay. Talk about advice. Okay, I'm ready. I'll just say it. Go ahead. So, the thing is, I think I like someone! Alright, go on. We'll hardly get to see each other anymore soon. I want to tell him how I feel while I'm still on the island. Makes sense. I'll help however I can. As Kamashima's living encyclopedia, I've seen this all on TV before. I, probably know a thing or two that can help, for sure. Yeah, you don't sound all that confident, which kind of makes me a little nervous, but I can tell you mean it. Thanks. I just don't really know what to do. Cute. Thinking. Just gotta look. Maybe something shows up. Wait. Okay, now I have the check mark. Okay. So, which of the two is the lucky guy? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, no way. Don't tell me you think I like Azami or Yuza. Wait, you mean it's not one of them? Me falling for one of them? Not a chance. They're basically like brothers to me. I could never picture a romantic relationship with them. Oops. Sorry, I just assumed. I call myself the living, walking, talking encyclopedia and brag that I've seen it all on TV, but I guess I don't really know anything. Sorry, this is so embarrassing. I'm gonna go die now. Whoa, don't sweat it. Really, no dying. Oops, I guess I'll just die now. But then, who is it? No point dragging it out, so I'll just tell you. It's Shotaro. It's just superimposed in the back. Ah, Mr. Wakamura's son. I see. He's sincere, smart, and pretty handsome. I can see why you'd like him. Right? He's back visiting the island at the moment, but he usually goes to university in Tokyo. I've secretly admired him for ages, but I always thought he just saw me as a kid. I figured he'd never be interested. But now I go to school on the mainland by myself, and I'm even working as an ama diver. I think he might see me as more as an adult now, more than before anyway. Yeah, that makes sense. He's a transparent colossus. This is hovering over there. So you want to let him know how you feel while he's still on the island. Maybe it's all just one-sided on my end, but I can't keep these feelings bottled up. Then tell him. I'm with you. Shotaro Wakamura. Takasa's like 17, he's 21, but I guess when... I don't know the population of this island. Is this, like, understandable when there's only a certain amount of people around you? She goes to an all-girls school, yeah? University student, 21 years old, the only son of Shinobu Wakamura, a local Kamishima magnate. Due to his father's influence, he was pampered by those around him from an early age, but he grew up to be a pleasant and sincere young man despite this attention. He is well regarded by those who know him, often being told that he has been blessed with a sharp intellect, good looks, and a variety of talents. He is currently attending a university in Tokyo and is back on Kamishima for summer break. Although his father Shinobu wants Shotaro to inherit the influence and wealth he has spent much of his life building up, Shotaro himself has no intention of doing so. On the contrary, he is skeptical of the old-fashioned insular ways of island society and regards his father as the very embodiment of those outdated mores, viewing him with utter disgust for his overbearing vulgar tendencies and superstitious beliefs. Sounds like a good guy. I'm just expecting him to be in the background. You're staying with the Wakamuras right now, yeah? Know anything about him that might help? Oh, I'm afraid Miss Encyclopedia might not have that kind of info. You don't have much info at all, do you? I mean, he's honestly not home most of the time, so there's a lot I don't know about him. Feels like he's always got something to do, checking in on folks all over the island. Like, I don't suppose you know if he has a girlfriend in Tokyo or anything. I'm afraid I'm not sure. Tokyo's packed with beautiful girls, right? A guy like him won't be left alone for long. Well, from what I've seen, I haven't noticed him keeping in touch with anyone. Then what about what he likes? Something he'd be happy to get? It's a cute face. Let me think. Sorry, nothing's coming to mind at all. I really may as well just go die somewhere. Come on, don't say that. Thinking it through will, with me is more than enough. You've got to stop joking about dying like that. You would like... I want to tell Shotaro just how I feel by the day after tomorrow. What do you think I should do? Oh, Tsukasa, how about this? I'm pretty sure I can ask Shotaro to meet us somewhere. I'll organize that for now, and we can plan from there. How does that sound? Oh, sounds good. Thanks so much, Sato. So, we kicked around the ideas the whole way back, but in the end, writing a love letter and handing it to him is just the best call. That's the plan, yeah? Yep, since way back when, the tried and true way has always been a love letter. A classic method. I like it. You're heading out to dive tomorrow morning, right? Yeah, weather's looking good. Alrighty, then I'll ask him to come to the bay a little after noon. That work for you? Yeah, I just need to have the letter ready by tomorrow. Hey, can you look it over before I give it to him? Of course, I'll fix it up even if it kills me. Thanks, I'll write it even if it kills me too. I'm already so nervous. Hey, you two over there, it's Shotaro. Huh? Huh? Is that who I think it is? These, like, extreme turnaround sprites are really fun. He's kind of cool-ish. A little, like, skinny. Like, very unbroad shoulders for how big his head is. Ah, it is! It's Shotaro! Oh wow, speak of the devil. Hey, sorry to interrupt. Ooh, he's totally glowing as usual. Is something wrong? Have you seen Azami? He didn't show up to today's association meeting. Oh, I see. I haven't seen him today. Oh, I think I know where he is. I'll go get him. Oh, you do? Knew I could count on you, Tsukasa. Wait. He's pretty great. I'll let you handle it then. Oh, sure. No problem. Oh. Oh man, he called me by my name. I'm so fired up right now. Let's do this. Yeah, let's. First off, let's find those two. But they're up at the contextual ruins. Let's go, Sato. Right behind you. Mmm. Otaro in his dreaming giga-popped collar, and his, like, tokusatsu hero poses. I'm just chewing. Okay. I'm happy to do a little bit more, because I want to get more, like, prologue stuff kind of out of the way. Not necessarily out of the way, but, I feel like last game, the, like, kind of chapter ends felt, like, really good. Like, this is a good place to stop or, you know, take a pause. This one's just, like, you do one, you get a little... you unlock another one through that. Boy, if I don't know which one to pick from these. So I think we've already been like 2.5 hours. Let's do at least, I think I want to do at least this one because these are pretty short. I want to see what's going on with this one, and then that'll probably be it, but like let's see what that unlocks. Okay, this is Yumiko Shiki. Tomigaura. Investigation. Yumiko Shiki and Soto Kiryu head to the coast of Futamigaura after receiving a report about a strange corpse found there. It'd be cool if we got... because, like, before with, the first game, like, Mio was kind of the one that knew the most about what was going on, but we never, like, played as her. Or, we were kind of always characters that were figuring these things out as we went, so if this character has, like, knowledge on these spooky curses and ghosts and mermaids and stuff, that'd be really interesting. Okay, so this is the 7th. So I'm eating an apple. Eat it. Mrs. Shiki, there you are. Sorry for calling you all the way out here. Not at all. Thank you for bringing the case to our attention. I hear you've got an unusual corpse on your hand. Well, forensics aren't here yet, so I honestly don't know whether it can even be called a corpse or not. But I do know it'll cause a stir if anyone catches sight of it, so right now we're just trying to keep the busybodies away. Sure, I'm glad it happened while you were still here, though. What with you being from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police and all. Prefectural Police Detective Masaru Ide. Where is our cadaver, then? A cadaver! Still in the water over there where it was found. Feel free to go ahead and examine it. Oh, an arachnid. Over there, I see. Oh, it's like really just floating over there. An arachnid. A cadaver. This is Tamigara, the coastline just northeast of Ise City. It's a pretty popular location for tourists, and there are several beaches nearby as well, so a bunch of people are milling around. It certainly is an impressive sight. It's too bad we couldn't come here as simple tourists. Ooh. And Futami Town, so named during the events of the story, it has since been merged with Ise City. Ooh. Oh, according to legend, the area's beauty caused her to turn to look back upon it, leading to Futami look twice, becoming part of its name. A ghoul. A manor. Cranium. Glad you knew what I was referencing. My chair has rolled over something. It said the word cadaver. What else was I supposed to think? The sound of the waves and the buzz from the onlookers fills the air around us. I suppose it's inevitable that the police being around would draw people's attention. I just hope it doesn't cause commotion. Any bird stickers? The local police have the area closed off to make sure bystanders can't get too close. This is Soto Kiryu. He's worked with me as my assistant for a long time now, although he usually makes his living as a psychic detective. He's not officially with the police, but with my assignments being what they are, he has special permission to accompany me on investigations. Soto Kiryu. An independent psychic who makes his living as Japan's only psychic detective. Soto has no permanent residence, instead traveling throughout the country for training and resolving any metaphysical incidents he comes across, something which eventually led him to gaining his current moniker within the industry. Although he has a calm and taciturn personality and is possessed of a sharp mind, he is surprisingly sensitive by nature. However, this trait does not extend to mercy towards spirits and other phenomena, which he often ends up subduing by force. Primary spiritual abilities. Curses! The ability to use particular curses to inflict harm or otherwise negative effects on others. Effects range from forcibly binding a target in place to dealing fatal wounds. The stronger the curse's effect, the greater the burden on the user. Sagan. The ability to see the face of a deceased individual from their remains, allowing for creation of their features via portrait sketch. Only a small piece of the deceased's remains is necessary to use this ability. However, enough of the thoughts and desires of the dead individual must remain for it to be effective. The Feast of Shadows! The ability to create a domain in which the potency and range of certain types of spiritual abilities are increased, only effective at night. Soto himself is able to create a domain up to 1 kilometer in range. Soto's family runs a small shrine dedicated to a certain Onmyoji from the Sengoku period. This Onmyoji is said to be an ancestor of the Kiryu family, which may explain why their bloodline has produced so many individuals with a strong spirit sense over the years. Soto was born with an exceptionally potent spirit sense, even within this lineage, leading to his abilities catching the attention of legendary psychic Itensai Shiki. When he was 8 years old, Itensai subsequently took him under his wing as his protege, and Soto underwent rigorous training under his watchful eye. Even now, he is always quick to respond when summoned by his mentor's wife, the Yumiko Shiki, and often supports her during her work. He also has a keen interest in swords and is extremely knowledgeable about blades from all countries and eras. He sounds like a nerd. Sounds like a big nerd. He's had his gaze fixed on the corpse ever since we got here. I suppose he's curious to know what led to its current state. Is there anything that stands out to you so far, Soto? I'd like to get a better grasp on the details before saying anything, I think. Okay. This is Masaru Ide, a detective from the local police, acting as my point of contact while I'm over here, as well as providing any support I need. I don't doubt it's quite a troublesome assignment. There are a lot of things that need to be kept secret, for one. But he's been very good at not prying into the particulars while doing what needs to be done, occasionally grumbling, notwithstanding. Given what this case has ended up involving, though, those particulars may not end up remaining undisclosed for much longer. Masaru Ide, 35 years old. Prefectural police detective and assistant inspector in the 1st Investigative Division of the Criminal Investigation Department of the Mie Prefectural Police. He often finds himself saddled with whatever troublesome tasks come to the department's way, something he makes sure to grumble about each time, but is a proficient detective in his own right, being diligent in his duties and having passed his promotion exam without difficulty. Although often said to have a somewhat unreadable expression, he is quite sociable and makes a point to attend all the department drinking parties. Born and raised in Mie, Masaru never ventured beyond bicycle commuting distance of his hometown, Sioux City, until the time came for him to attend university. With no particular plans for his future in mind, he took the employment exam for police officers, figuring that a local government job would at least be stable. He had no admiration for the police, or any strong sense of duty or justice, but found the strict discipline of the police force suited his personality. He quietly married a fellow classmate from the police academy soon after graduating, and at home he takes on the role of a doting father to 2 sons and a daughter. If pressed to discuss his hobbies, they would include walking and combination puzzles. Strangely enough, he often happens to be walking nearby whenever incidents occur, leading him to being first on the scene even when off-duty, something his colleagues frequently tease him about. At first glance, he seems the sort to find hard work troublesome, but he's proven himself to be quite the thoughtful individual. If that attitude of his is a deliberate ploy to get those he's dealing with to lower their guard, the old Columbo gambit, he's certainly not one to be underestimated. Do we know what the situation was when the corpse was found? I just got here as well, so I'm not clear on the details myself. But from the sounds of it, a local civilian happened across it about an hour ago as they were passing by. It got us on the scene immediately, so no one else should have seen it. That's a relief. We don't want people working themselves into a frenzy over this. Where's that local now? We've got someone taking their statement in a nearby police box. I'll let you know when we get more info there. Please do. He is a little... he's given me... If that's his game, that's definitely Columbo vibes. And I know that, like, Japan does really like Columbo and, like, that type of detective, like, outward kind of playing the bumbling fool, actually a master genius. Yeah. I'll go examine the body. But I, too, also just like that detective trope. I see, so this is the corpse in question, is it? Unusual is certainly one word for it. It's all dried up now, almost like it's been mummified, right? It's like, kinda... For having been found in the water, it's quite petrified. But apart from that, it's pretty safe to say this is a mermaid, right? Let's take a closer look at it. As you can see, there's no doubt it has a human head. That's the main reason we went ahead with treating it as a corpse. That makes sense. I can't imagine anyone would have seen a creature like this before, after all. If it really is a mermaid, wouldn't this be a pretty huge discovery? It's not the sort of thing we'll be able to make public, that's for sure. I don't suppose we have any way of confirming their identity? Their identity? Given the state of the body, it'd probably be difficult to confirm based on facial features, but we might have a chance using dental records. So that would depend on if they've ever had a dental exam. I see, that makes sense. Honestly, I'm kind of leaning towards it being a fake of some kind. What do you think? It's true that many of these mermaid mummies discovered were ultimately found to have been man-made in origin. Relics believed to have either been embalmed or mummified remains of mermaids are preserved in temples throughout Japan. Among them, several are said to bestow blessings such as eternal youth and longevity or sound health, and are treated as objects of worship. became really popular. I'm just kind of skimming this. Believed to be genuine, subsequent analysis has revealed fibers from materials such as wood and paper in their composition, exposing them to be man-made in origin. Quality of some mermaid mummies crafted in Japan during Edo period were particularly high, with several being widely circulated, especially in Europe. Hehe. You won't find me complaining if it is. No need to investigate a fake corpse after all. Maybe that's being too optimistic, though. We'll just have to see about that, won't we? When I first saw this expression, I thought they must have died in unbelievable agony. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like they look almost satisfied. Could just be my imagination, though. Satisfied? Would seem like the fish half of the body begins from the shoulders downward. All the mermaids I've ever heard of have had the fish half start from the waist down. If it is fake, maybe whoever made it didn't do their research. Really? Several of the mermaids described in old Japanese legends had their faces as the only human part, though. Seriously? Guess that makes me the one who didn't do their research, then. If this really is a corpse, I wonder when they died. I doubt their body would have ended up this desiccated if it had been in the sea this whole time, right? I think there's a possibility that they died, shriveled up into a mummy-like state, and then their body fell into the sea and got washed up here? It makes for quite the enigma, that's for sure. There's no sign of any external wounds. I can't see anything that could have caused their death, at least. The body's lower half is identical to a fish's tail. If this was a fish, it'd be a pretty huge one. Oops. Anything else? Check, check, check. We can't move around. I don't see anything else. No, this is for sure feeling a little more Ace Attorney-like, and then I gotta be sure that I've seen everything I need to see before I go back. Think vision ability on. Vision ability? Was there anything that stands out to you? Okay. We originally came to Mie from Tokyo to investigate another case, but with so many other incidents occurring, I can't help but get the sinking feeling something troublesome is about to happen. Detective Ide has been a huge help to us so far. We might be able to reveal some of our circumstances to him. Okay. We really do have a mermaid on our hands. Do you think all those stories about becoming immortal from eating mermaid flesh are true? Oh, so you're curious about that too, Detective? Well, I don't know if I'd actually want to eat it, though. Living forever doesn't necessarily mean you'll be happy, you know? Besides, I can't say I find the thought of eating meat from this thing all that appealing. I see, I suppose that's a natural response. But there are plenty of people who would be interested in getting their hands on this corpse for that exact reason. I can see that. We might even have people fighting over it if it gets out. All the more reason to try and keep it hidden. Here's a troublesome thing we've got our hands on here. Vision ability. Like some kind of PARANORMASIGHT. Well, I think we have a decent grasp of the situation now. What's your opinion, Soda? Right. I gotta turn my PARANORMASIGHT on. First of all, based on the state of the corpse, I think it's safe to say that this is another case of the curse of the forsaken fish. Some of the residual curse energy is still lingering around the body. Just as expected, then. I suppose that's no surprise. This is a funny face. Huh? What was that just now? We'll try to explain our understanding of the case so far, Detective. I realize some of it might sound a bit absurd, but please bear with us. This corpse is neither a fake, nor could it be called a mermaid. It is the remains of a human, one transformed into a fish as the result of a curse. Hello, Buck. What? A former human? And a curse, too? It's pretty hard to know what to say to that. One thing's for sure, that's not going to fly in the case report by itself. Mind explaining a bit more for me? Of course. Let's start with an explanation of our circumstances, then. I'll let you handle the explanations. In return, I'll be counting on you to handle the report. Oh, confound it. I think I'm gonna like this guy. He seems like a big nerd. Excuse me while I chew. First, I suppose I should start with a brief explanation of the department I work for. Wait, aren't you part of some secret department in the security division over in Tokyo? Are you sure you should be telling me something like that? Oh, no worries. I'm not gonna get caught up in any troublesome business if you do, am I? Are you gonna drag me into the X-Files? No need to worry, I doubt it'll come to that. Probably. Our work is mostly kept a secret because it's something of a pain to find people who will accept, let alone understand the circumstances each time. But you've been very supportive so far, so I can't imagine that will be a problem. Well, if you really insist, go ahead, I guess. As you say, my department is indeed part of the security division. Its proper name is the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Yeah! Yeah! Yes. Let's just skim it. In the investigation and resolution of cases involving paranormal phenomena. As there are currently only 5 members in the unit, including the chief, they utilize a network of psychic contacts across the country to assist with the cases. The current chief of paranormal affairs is a man named Kuiru Nakagoshi, although said to have been born to a family of psychics who have been involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations. Kuiru is an elusive figure. Very few have met him in person, and he's rarely seen in the office. It is said that this is because he has often been the target of curses. However, some theorize that it is in fact because Kuiru is not actually a flesh and blood human, with some going so far as to question whether he really exists. Yes. See. There's a new way. Nakagoshi. Yes. Jeez, the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, huh? So if there really are cases of spiritual phenomena causing harm around the place, I guess it's not that hard to believe there'd be some sort of organization to deal with them within the police. Precisely. I'm glad you're so quick on the uptake. Well, after seeing that corpse over there, there's not much else I can do but believe it, you know? Oh. Does that mean you have spirit sense? Or some sort of psychic powers? Not to any notable degree, I'm afraid. As I mentioned, I'm primarily a housewife. If you ask me, I would rather sort this all out and get back home to my husband as soon as possible. Oh, Yumiko. I'm sure that's all there is to you. Right. Soda here was my husband's protege when he used to work as a psychic, though. He helps me out on any work I'm assigned to. I'm responsible for handling any spiritual work that comes up, yes. Spiritual work, huh? Hearing you say that like it's just another job really makes me feel like we're talking about another industry entirely. But if you really are just a housewife, Miss Shiki, why are you working for a special unit like this? I know it's none of my business, but if your husband is a psychic, wouldn't all this be more in his line of work? True, personally, I'd also rather our roles were reversed. But there are several reasons why that, unfortunately, can't be the case. I see. I don't really know your circumstances, but it sounds pretty tough. Either way, I should be good to put this down as a paranormal affairs case, right? That should be fine, yes. You can leave the rest of the investigation to us. We'll also handle the report. More specifically, Soda will. Huh? Really? Thanks, that's a great help. Not again. Okay, Shiki. You may call Shiki, a woman who balances her work as a housewife with her position as a full-time employee of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, a secret department within the Tokyo Metropolitan Police. Although the very image of a refined lady in appearance, she is a surprisingly free-spirited personality and tends to find anything she has no interest in too bothersome to take seriously. Things that do catch her attention, on the other hand, often command all of it, and she will actively involve herself in looking into them. She utterly adores her husband, swooning in admiration whenever the topic turns to him, and she is also viewed with affection by her co-workers, who call her ma'am. She's just like me for real. One of the 5 current full-time members of the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, Yumiko, alone lacks any particular metaphysical abilities despite possessing a meager degree of spirit sense. Even so, she was chosen to be part of the Bureau's elite unit for very particular reasons known only to a handful of people close to her. There was once one other member of the Bureau who had no paranormal powers to speak of, veteran police detective Tetsuo Tsutsumi, our guy, Tsutsumi, and the two occasionally worked on investigations together. When dispatched on assignments now, she always pairs up with freelance detective Soto Kiryu, leaving all paranormal-related procedures and often her much-despised paperwork to him. That's funny. Yumiko's husband is also a psychic by the name of Itensai. Sorry, I keep like mixing up the N's and the T's. Itensai Shiki, and Soto is his cherished protege. It's the him! Just gonna skim this. If we need to look at this again, it'll be here. But I think right now, probably get on that. So, does that mean you came all the way to Mie because you knew something like this was going to happen? Oh, that's awfully perceptive of you, detective. I really like her so far. I suppose you could say that, yes. At the very least, the situation hasn't come to it as a huge surprise. If that's the case. Oh, goodness. Was the body from the other day one of those cases too, then? Unlocked new chapter, Yumiko Shigi, unidentified skeleton. It was indeed, yes. Seriously? This feels like we've only just been going backwards. That does sound like a pain to deal with. I bet our chief knew all about this when he assigned me to the case. If it lessens the burden, you've been a great help to us so far, detective. I don't mind occult stuff, so I've been asking all these questions out of curiosity. But it's probably best I don't get too involved in all this paranormal business, right? You must have had a good reason for keeping it under wraps, after all. I think that would be wise, yes. Talk about spirit sense. You know, I sometimes find myself wondering if I have a bit of spirit sense as well. There have been times I've caught sight of strange things when walking down a road at night. And when I looked into it later, I found that the place I'd walked by had been the site of an accident or the like. Oh, that might be the real deal then. It's definitely a possibility. I would advise not getting too close to anything you see of that nature. It becomes easier for them to target you if they realize you're aware of them, you see. Geez, what would happen then? I guess I'd end up possessed or something? There's that danger, yes. In the event you are possessed, you may find yourself afflicted by headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations. Memory problems and impaired thinking are also not unheard of. Ugh. Headaches and muscle stiffness definitely ring a bell. I sure hope it isn't the work of some spirit. Do people have their personalities taken over when possessed too? It may be possible with spirits who had a very close relationship to their target, such as if they were siblings or were parent and child. But you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. The negative effects I just mentioned are primarily caused by the two parties not being in sync. That's good to know, I think. Even if a spirit were able to successfully possess someone, it would only be able to pressure them to behave in ways that wouldn't be unusual for the individual in question. The stuff we learned from the first game that ended up being really important. I see, but in that case, there's no way of knowing whether you're behaving that way of your own will or not, right? Exactly, hence the prevalence of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Huh, so that's how things work there. As far as I know, I haven't been having any problems like that, though, so I think I should be fine. Having spirit sense seems like it's more trouble than it's worth, somehow. Coises. Talk about coises. Still, I never would have thought that there's a curse out there that can turn people into fish. And it only half worked, so the victim ended up looking like a mermaid. That's bound to cause misunderstandings. The curse is originally meant to turn a person's whole body into that of a fish, you see? Oh, that's freaky. But the victim died before the transformation was complete, so it stopped before it could reach that point. The vast majority of the mermaids discovered over the years are either man-made fakes or victims of the same curse. I see. To be honest, part of me was kind of excited when I first saw what it looked like. I thought it might mean there really are mermaids out there, you know? Exactly like the ones you hear about in stories. I'm afraid we can't... I'm afraid we can neither confirm or deny things there. Oh, I get why you're asking about the corpse's identity now. Because you realize they used to be human, right? That's right. Very recently, too. The transformation likely happened yesterday, or even earlier today. What? That recently? Someone could really end up in a state like this after just a day? They certainly could. Seriously? These curses sure are scary. I'll get forensics to take a look when they get here, then. Please do. The investigator in question has worked on paranormal affairs cases before, so they shouldn't need any explanation. Right, the case from yesterday. Great, that should save some effort then. Ma'am? What is it? Perhaps I could use my Shogun ability and see if it produces any results. Ah, that's an excellent idea. I almost forgot we had such a handy trick up our sleeve. Shogun? What does that do? Patience, detective. You'll see soon enough. Right. Wow. There, it's done. Oh, so it went well, did it? Well done, Soto. What's all this about, then? Soto can see the face of the deceased from a piece of their remains, however small. He can then sketch their features based on what he saw. Ah, so that's how you got a sketch of the victim in that other case. An ability like that would be priceless if we could use it on the force, you know? Well, I hear it doesn't always work, so it's unfortunately not foolproof. So, what did our victim look like? I kind of hope it's like a really bad drawing. Aw, it's a decent drawing. About that, I think it might be faster to see for yourself. Huh? This face. It's Somikawa. Wait, Somikawa, you can't mean... My mom! That's my mom! What? Okay, yeah. Wait. Okay, so what we just did was on the morning of the day, but like a little later, I think, and then this would have been the day, either the day before or the day, or that morning. Because they're doing another case. Oh boy. Okay, let me save. Wow, I feel like we're still very, very much, like, in the exposition part. We're, like, we have not started the story yet. I missed it. Discovering a mermaid. Okay, I've missed some. There's ones that we're gonna have to find from diving. And discovering a mermaid, so maybe there's one that we just haven't seen. Maybe I missed one already. Okay. We've just passed 3 hours, and that's probably a good place, and just finished a chapter. It's probably a good place to stop. Because if not, I will just keep going. And I'll get really tired. And I'll just keep talking and talking. Oh, but it's like, these chapters aren't that long. And I'm like, what if we just do one more? I'm so interested. No, wait. Can I do one more? It is how they get me. And it works. They get me. A little bit more. My idea is that might be the only recollections for now. And then we move forward once we finish this. So maybe I can't do this one? Oh, these recollection chapters aren't that long either. That might... A smidge of a crumb of info. It might... That might be a better place. Just if it's this, like, recollection. Okay. I think we can do one more. I'm okay to do one more. Whatever this one is, that will be the last one, probably, because I think that's all the energy I have. Just reading and reading and reading. And I'm also streaming tomorrow, so... I'm gonna do one. Unidentified skeleton. Right, the human bones. Yumikashiki arrives in Toba City. May prepare to investigate the discovery of skeletal remains with her assistant Sudokiryu. There's one more. Just one more. Date unknown in August. Welcome, ma'am. I've been waiting for you. The site where the bones were found is a little ways offshore from this beach. You went ahead and started the investigation, I see. Thanks for that. Not at all. You clearing everything with local police meant all I had to do was arrive and inspect the remains myself. To get straight to the point, there is no doubt signs of a curse are clearly evident. The skeletal remains are tied to a supernatural incident. Seems I was right to trust my intuition on this one. Alright then, let me hear the full report. Understood. This is the town of Ichika in Toba City. The area is a historic place known for its ama divers. Oh, I know it well. It's also famous for as the filming location of one of Japan's most well-known monster films. I wouldn't know about that myself, ma'am, but you seem unusually well-versed in that area. Those old tokusatsu films are the best. You should watch them for yourself, Soto. As you wish. I'll look into it. Ichika town. I'm gonna skim. It is said the hollow in the center of the island was so reflective as to resemble a mirror, leading to Yamato Hime no Mikoto's giving it its current name, which is written with the characters for stone and mirror. Oh. Ooh. A diligent and earnest young man, his mentor, my husband, has nothing but praise for his skills, so he has my complete trust. I know I shouldn't rely on him too much, but he's so good at noticing the finer details that I often find myself doing. So. Okay. To begin, shall we review the details of the case? Is that really necessary? Summarizing may help us notice something we've missed. Not a day goes past that I don't admire your diligence, Soto. My thanks. I'll strive to be brief. A few days ago, a fisherman off the coast here hauled up a long rod-like object. It resembled a human bone, so he notified the police. That was about 10 days ago. So he fished it up completely by chance. Following that, the police conducted an underwater investigation of the surrounding area. They discovered multiple skeletal remains in a fissure beneath the rocks. All the remains were already severely deteriorated, with each being several years to several decades old. As a result, forensics struggled to identify the victims. There was just too little to go on. Only fragments of the skulls remained, so facial reconstruction was apparently not possible. Hardly surprising in such a state. Still, with your ability, we hardly need facial reconstruction, do we? Indeed, I'll report my discoveries shortly. Let me drink some water. So we planned to come here for a different case, but then skeletal remains being found in the island, the area happened. So, like, this is like the third case we're on in this area. The state of the sea. You can see the sea from here all the way to Kameshima. Do you sense anything out there, Soto? Yes, I do. The waters south of Kameshima are saturated with the powerful presence of the Curse of the Raging Waves. I can sense it even from this distance. That's how strong it is. Is that so? Looking out to sea, I can't see a thing. I just hope this means we've made it in time. Even during the disaster 5 years ago, the energy was never this overwhelming. The seal has been broken. There's no doubt about it. So, it's already broken? That isn't good. The seal has been broken? Sea still seems calm, though. Does the storm not break out immediately? Yes, something seems to be holding it back for now. Oh, so there's a silver lining, at least. Seems stable for the moment. We probably have 2 or 3 days of safety. It's very Umineko-like. And we've got a bit of breathing room. Perhaps there's still something we can do. Curse of Raging Waves. A curse that causes an outbreak of turbulent waves and violent storms in the seas around Kameshima. It is said that the curse was born from the resentment of the former residents of Taishima, an island once located to the south of Kameshima after someone brought about its destruction. Some believe that several of the disasters that have struck Kameshima in the past were actually caused by this curse in some manner, including the Kameshima South Sea disaster that occurred 5 years ago. The person accused of bringing this curse to Kameshima was called the Raging Waves Curse Bearer and was shunned by the island's inhabitants. Don't skim anyone. I hope we can do something about that curse of the Raging Waves while it's still being held back. Yes, but despite all efforts, we still haven't found a way to lift the curse. We might have quite a struggle ahead of us. That's really the heart of the problem, isn't it? And we have no idea where your ancestors' keepsake is either. I apologize on behalf of my family. You know, one possibility comes to mind. Will you humor me? Please, go ahead. I wonder if those skeletal remains could be the victims of the Kameshima Southern Sea disaster from 5 years ago? Regrettably, that is not the case. Oh, darn it. I really like Yumiko. Please don't sound so defeated. Forensics confirmed 5 bodies in total, but they said that each had decomposed over a different length of time. Oh, meaning they didn't all die at the same time? Correct. The most recent appears to date back 6 years. The others go back some 10 years before that, and another 10, and another 10, and so on. So roughly 1 body every 10 years? Indeed, I imagine that any older remains may have simply decayed entirely. Which means someone's been using that fissure as a place to dump corpses for decades? Oh, this is a cute face. This angry mom face. Surrounded by rock and with minimal currents in the area, it's unlikely they drift there naturally. Had that bone not been fished up by chance, we'd never have known. In other words, it was an ideal site for quietly disposing of bodies. This was no accident. Someone did this. I imagine quite some resentment must have piled up over the years. Indeed, but I've already cleansed the lingering resentment in the area. Leaving such resentment to fester could lead to a curse manifesting, after all. Efficient, as always. My thanks. There's one more point of concern that all the remains have in common. Go on. Each body bore a clean, precise cut, clearly severed. Severed? You're saying they were sliced straight through the bone? Exactly. Each was sliced down through the bone, all with a clean cut as smooth as the last. Forensics noted that reproducing such uniform cuts would be extremely difficult. Even with industrial equipment, such precision would have been unachievable decades ago. One possible explanation is that a master swordsman wielding a razor-sharp katana cleaved each of them in a single stroke. Yes, well, that would certainly explain it. But warriors don't exactly run around with swords in this day and age. Which brings us to the possibility of a curse, I suppose. Correct. If the cuts were made by supernatural means, the rules change. They've got a very, like, Mulder and Scully thing going on, but Yumiko's a little more accepting of the paranormal. And as it turns out, there were traces of a curse at each of the severed points. It was just a matter of time until we found one. Also, for the briefest moment, I glimpsed a curse echo that looked like a warrior in armor. A curse echo in armor? Yes, judging from the crest on its armor, and given our location. Oh, he's kind of cool. He's kind of neat. Whoa! It appears to be a curse tied to the Heike. Right, the Heike. You are familiar with the Heike, I assume? I sort of am, but I will click well because I don't know if I know the things they want me to know for this. It's probably better that they just tell me. The Heike, I'm not too sure. The Heike were a branch of the Taira clan, a warrior family who rose to power at the end of the Heian period. From their base in the Ise province, they expanded their influence, reaching great heights under Taira no Kiyomori. But in their pride, they were defeated by the Genji in what is now known as the Genpei War. Ah, yes, of course, I knew that. The tale of the Heike preserved just how prosperous they were before they fell. Many who lived through the downfall carried deep regrets. Their resentment is especially persistent. Many traces remain even today, and they can be quite meddlesome. Indeed, you hear about it all over the place. I guess even by expert standards, it's quite the problem. Oh, they're giving me an entire abbreviated genealogy of the Heike. Am I know this? It's skimming. Skimming. Kusanagi no Tsurugi sword, one of the 3 imperial regalia of Japan, regarded since ancient times as a symbol of imperial authority, was also lost to sea that day. In the Western Sea, the diving women encounter the Heike clan in the depths of the water. Heike are the one with the crabs, right? The one that Carl Sagan talked about. Yes, the Heikegani. Thank you, Carl Sagan. What's more, the katana that Curse Echo carried... Ooh. I believe it may have been the famed blade, Nukemaru. Nukemaru? The one who teaches me all the what to do in Savage Raids? Yes, the blade passed down to the Heike once wielded... Oh, oopsie. A blade passed down through the Heike once wielded by Taira no Tadamori. See, it would have seemed your love of swords has proved rather useful here. I hope someone understood that reference. So what you're saying is that these skeletal remains were cut and killed by the power of Tadamori's curse. I can't say it was Tadamori himself, but I am confident it was a curse from someone within the Heike. At the very least, it offers an explanation for those mysteriously perfect cuts. But the bodies being dumped every decade, surely that can't be the curse too, can it? Correct, I imagine that part likely involves further intervention by someone else. So this wasn't an accident by some spontaneous curse. There's a perpetrator out there. Indeed, however, I can't imagine any psychic with enough power to wield such a curse would dispose of bodies so... poorly. My theory is that someone is using a cursed stone. They are killing through its curse, then discarding the bodies. A cursed stone? Think of it as a talisman that lets even those without spirit sense use the power of curses. They are created when the intense resentment fuses with a suitable relic. That sounds dangerously convenient. There were a few incidents involving cursed stones in Tokyo last year, actually. Didn't you hear? Oh, now that you mention it, that somewhat rings a bell. So, in short, whoever's behind this possesses a stone imbued with the Heike's curse. They use it to kill someone roughly every decade, dumping the body into the sea. Yes, that aligns with the evidence. Thank you for the summary. Keep thinking like a new bird, like a sticker's gonna show up somewhere. Or like anything else. Now then, about those skeletal remains. Were you able to use your shotgun, Soto? Yes, I did. It only worked on the most recent body, though. The one from 6 years ago. By viewing part of the remains, I was able to reconstruct a portrait sketch of how he looked when he was alive. Here's a copy. I've already provided one to the police as well. Impressive, that ability of yours remains quite the asset. Not always. There are times when the vision just doesn't come through. It's far from infallible. Besides, there are those who could simply speak directly with the victim's spirit and ask who did it. Even so, none of these methods would hold up as admissible evidence in court. But as a lead in our investigation, it's more than enough. Excellent work. Thank you. We had the police compare the sketch against missing people from 6 years ago. But no matches were found. I like this face. Darn, would have made things much easier. Detective Ide is continuing the investigation. Ah, the detective with the local police. I've heard he's good, so let's hope he proves it. Toba seabed skeletons. A case in which multiple human skeletons were recovered from a deep fissure on the Toba seabed. The initial estimate indicated that at least 5 bodies had been disposed of there. The following information has not been made available to the public. Okay. The following information has not been made available to the public. That means if someone from the public mentioned these, that's a big lead. Victims' identities are unclear. All victims are male. Each body is thought to have been disposed of at different times. The most recent body dates to about 6 years ago. Facial sketch of this individual obtained using Soto Kiryu's shotgun ability. The other remains show signs of gradual aging, with the oldest dating back more than 30 years. Although the presence of older remains have also been confirmed, they are completely decayed and it is impossible to tell how old they are. It is unlikely that the bodies could have drifted into the fissure naturally, so just thought that someone has been discarding them there every few years. Each skeleton shows signs of a clean, precise cut inflicted by a sharp blade. Traces of a curse were also detected from around severed sections. The victims are believed to have been killed by a curse wielded by someone connected to the Heike. Say, Soto, that sketch of yours. Maybe we should show it to some of the locals. Ah, good point. Someone might recognize them if they were around here 6 years ago. If we can identify the victim, it could help us trace the one who used the curse. I guess we can't just leave things be now that we know there's a curse involved. Honestly, I'd rather not deal with it. There you go again. Are you sure that's something you should be saying out loud? Obviously not. I just want to get this over with and go home. That's all. Yes, yes, we all know how much you love your home. Ma'am, behind you. Behind me? Don't do that to me. The one time I just clicked talk and I didn't look around. A person. Mama? Mama? Mama, is that you? Who's that? Just someone from town passing by? Oh, she bolted! Soto, after her! Soto has a wibble. The Christopher Larkin comes in. On it. Hey, stop! Let me go, I didn't do nothing wrong. I've apprehended the suspect. Good work. Sorry for the rough handling. Mind helping us out a bit? What were you doing here? Why did you run? What? Don't get smart with me, you're the suspicious one, sneaking around and poking into things. You think folks won't be wary with shady types like you wandering through town? Oh, I see. Sorry if we gave you a scare. We're with the police. Nothing shady here. You're with the police? Seriously? You heard about the skeletal remains found nearby, yes? That's what we're looking into. You don't look like police. Say, do you live around here? There's something I'd like you to take a quick look at. Do you recognize this face at all? We believe he may have been around here about 6 years ago. Huh? Nope, don't know him. I see. And could you point us in the direction of someone who might know about people coming and going in town? No idea. Ask whoever you want. Can I go now? I got nothing to do with this. Don't know a thing. Alright, sorry for holding you up. What a peculiar woman. It was like her mind was somewhere else entirely. Well, either way, we should talk to more people in town. Agreed. Also, could you ask around and find out who that woman was? Of course. Several hours later. Choo. Ma'am, I've learned a few things. Excellent, let's hear it. Yes. Ooh. Maverick Manny. If I missed any more. I didn't get like a little blurb about it. The port and town center are down that way, so this area is technically the outskirts. It's a quiet town. so a stranger loitering here would definitely attract attention. That's a good point. A duck? He didn't so much as flinch as the thought of tedious door-to-door investigation. Not to mention he's good at it. Having him here is a huge help. Alright, he's capable, but he's still a nerd. Love to ask around town, but all the leads I found didn't exactly lead anywhere. I'm just not cut out for this kind of legwork. The woman. I also asked around about the woman we encountered earlier. Apparently she isn't originally from this town. Oh, is that so? Indeed, apparently she wandered into town about 5 years ago. She's been living alone in a cheap rental apartment on the outskirts of town ever since. When she first arrived, she had nothing but an old wooden box, which she was clutching as if it was very dear to her. Nothing but an old wooden box? Supposedly, she used to work as an alma diver. Around when she first moved here, she'd occasionally go diving for fish. But these days, she keeps to herself, and no one ever sees her diving anymore. No one really knows how she supports herself, and many of the islanders find her unsettling. Perhaps she fled from something and moved her life here. That was suggested, yes, but she's never spoken about her past, so no one knows for sure. Although, according to her landlord, she's never been late on rent. And she's never caused any problems, either. Still, it seems odd she'd get so worked up about strangers coming to town. Doesn't seem like she's in any position to be worrying about that. Think she might be hiding something? It's possible. Her attitude changed the moment we said that we were the police. Perhaps she was keeping watch over the coast where the bodies were dumped, waiting to see if someone showed up. Right, I mean, the most recent body is from 6 years ago. She arrived in town 5 years back. The timing is rather suspicious when you look at it like that. We'd best keep an eye on her. Agreed. Were you able to get her name? Apparently her last name is Somekawa, but I didn't manage to get her first name. Somekawa? Why does that name sound so familiar? You've heard it before? I think so, but I can't quite remember where. Mama. But I'm a woman who cast off her past long ago. I guess I shouldn't let it bother me. Not this again. Let's leave any time-consuming background checks to Detective Ide. Very well, I'll inform him. A woman living in Toba, although she occasionally does work as an alma diver, it is unclear who she is and where she came from. She apparently showed up in Toba about 5 years ago with nothing but a grubby wooden box to her name and has been living there ever since. This means that woman might have been marking us since we got here. It's possible. I apologize for not noticing it sooner. Even a moment's lapse can expose one to a curse. I was careless, but I won't let it happen again. You can be cursed that easily? That's terrifying. What a world we live in. Showed the sketch of the victim to several townsfolk. However, it would seem that no one here has recognized him at all. Unfortunate. I suppose chances are he wasn't from this area to begin with. Guess we'll have to place our hopes on Detective Ide then. You don't suppose we might be working with a bad sketch here? You needn't worry about that. I'm confident in the likeness. It should be a near-perfect match. It's funny. You're right. I'm sure it's close. Sorry for doubting you. That concludes all the information I gathered from my inquiries. It helps a lot. Thanks. Shall I summarize our next steps? Yes, I suppose we need to do something about all this. Let's see. About the unidentified sketches. Regarding the unidentified skeletons. Until we can identify the victim from the sketch, we have no other leads to move forward. I believe this is best left in Detective Ide's hands. Yes, agreed. And I think the same goes for that Somekawa woman from earlier. We'll have Detective Ide look into her. It's nice to have someone we can rely on. Agreed on that end, too. In other words, we can safely leave the skeleton case to him for now. Yes, though we should remain vigilant regarding the curse stones. Okay, Curse of the Raging Waters. Regarding our main objective, or the so-called Curse of the Raging Waves. Without knowing how to lift it, there's not much we can do right now. I don't suppose there's a chance you'd be able to break the curse using brute force? You're quite good at that. Certainly an option if worse comes to worse, but can't say I have high hopes it would work. I guess it would be more realistic to try to find some clues about the whereabouts of your ancestors' keepsake instead. Indeed, it is said that item may hold the key to lifting the curse of the raging waves. But even the location of the map pointing to that keepsake has unfortunately been lost to time. Although, the map was said to be hidden inside a model of a mermaid mummy. One rumor says it was sold overseas during the Edo period. Doesn't sound promising. If we can't find it, I guess we're back to trying to break the curse with brute force. But to even consider that route, we'd need much more intel from the island. Which is why we need to head to Kamishima. And at the very least, advise the locals to evacuate. Yes, hopefully someone of influence there will believe us about the curse of the raging waves. Is something wrong? No, it's just that one of the islanders I spoke with seems to be calling me over. Something may have happened. I'll go find out. Please do. Ma'am? Well, what was it? A person who called me over shared a new piece of information. They were told to keep it secret, but opened up since we were with the police. Go on. Earlier this morning, down by the shore, they apparently found something that resembled the corpse of a mermaid. A mermaid? Really? That same person reported it to a local authority and was immediately ordered to tell no one, not even the police. You're kidding me. That local authority then contacted an unknown individual. Soon after, someone came and swiftly retrieved the mermaid corpse. That couldn't be more suspicious, could it? Exactly. They were uneasy about the whole thing, which is why they confided in me. What shall we do? Did they describe what the mermaid looked like? Yes, they said from the head to the shoulders it was human, but below that entirely fish. But below that, entirely fish. It was not the classic mermaid from fairy tales, it would seem. Only the head was human? They also said it was completely dried out, almost mummified. The face was unrecognizable. But they thought it resembled a local ama diver named Tamiko Suma. What? Apparently she went out diving alone this morning and hasn't returned. That's likely what worried the witness the most. That is troubling. Damn it, just what we needed. More things to deal with. First things first, let's deal with this mermaid story. Come on. So many questions. Okay, so we come here, we go back here, and then we have presumably 2 more until we reach getting here. Okay. We sure are not going in chronological order. That's interesting. It's fun. Okay. Okay. Alright. But I did say I would do one more, and I have done that one, and yeah, my voice is getting tired, so I will stop here. I'm interested. They've got me. I mean, they didn't need to do much legwork. I was going to be into this anyway. But I'm surprised. Like, I'm imagining this is probably going to be a lot longer, too, because I think we're just, like, we're still in the exposition. We have not even begun, like, what the mystery could even be. Opposed to the first game where it was like, here's the prologue, things are crazy, go. Yeah, I am interested to see where this goes. And I wonder if it's just a 3. I imagine maybe there'll be more. Like, we certainly have not met everyone. Yeah. Really, really interested. Let me switch over to talking screen. Super. interesting. It is a matter of just like, oh, I just want to keep going and figure out what's going on. It definitely already feels like it'll be harder than the first one, or just there's more to kind of, I guess, like first impressions. This one seems like it might be a little more detective-y. If the first one was a little more puzzly, or like more like riddles, and this one feels like there's some investigative work, or kind of that classic visual novelness to it of I gotta keep my eyes out on certain things and pick the right things and do the right things, or else I'm gonna go down, you know, the bad end slippery slope and not even notice until it's too late. And then not even like really a branching path. Well, like we already have like one branching path, but more like a kind of memento thing where we get the setup and then we go back and learn how we got to the setup, and then we're not even at like we haven't gone forward yet, which is interesting. But it's a cool setting. And I think we're starting to get more info about like curses and stuff, kind of like the first game. But interesting that we're getting a lot of like folklore things too, like mermaids and like different kinds and types of mermaids and what they're doing. Oh, hey! Just want to say I'm a big fan of your model. Your art is lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I was just playing PARANORMASIGHT, the Mermaid's Curse, so the second PARANORMASIGHT, and I'm finishing up, so I'm just kind of like wrapping up and talking about it a little. Characters are a lot of fun too so far. It feels like they really went all out on the expressions. Yeah, I mean, just like the first one, the art is already like super good. Probably gonna be talking about it a whole lot. I like a lot of the character design so far. There's kind of like it's not like super crazy varied, but I do like you know, there are the islanders and the mainland people, or like the people that kind of go back and forth, and right, like the islanders, they're like more tan. You can kind of tell who lives on the island and who doesn't. Or I mean, but there's Tsukasa who kind of goes back and forth. Tsukasa's got such a cute design. Her like buck teeth kind of are very cute. Some really fun characters already. And like this very local setting. I'm liking our investigative team again so far. They're really fun. But I think Yuza and Azami have a really good dynamic. They're really funny. And yeah, just the character design, dialogue is really good. Again, this is just like first impression stuff. I do think the beginning of the first game is a lot more like punchy and really like hooks you in very fast. But I think that is also just kind of a result of being like, oh, I'm sorry, I was like going through the profiles and I realized I forgot that I switched over to my talking screen and you guys can't see it. I was like going through all the characters. But yeah, I think that's just kind of a result of being the first game and the second game, where it's like, it's the first game, this is like a new title, a new IP franchise, I guess. It's like, you know, we don't know if we're gonna get a second one. We gotta like get people interested really fast, whereas the second one's like, people are probably gonna be playing this because a lot of people who played the first one are gonna get this one, so they're gonna we can go a little slower, we can go a little like we can take our time with the intro and the prologue and all that exposition and stuff, whereas I feel like the first game was like bam, you know, which I don't mind. I really don't mind. I think it's like, I remember starting the first game and being like really scared. And there's a lot of like spookiness going on and just kind of stuff that's like, it's midnight and there are ghosts. We're gonna force you to look around all the time to find the ghosts. And this one, it's like, it is the morning in the sea, and it's so pretty, and here's your childhood friends, and then we're gonna talk about really fun, like, well, we're talking about kind of scary stuff, but don't worry. So yeah, it's kind of like an easier, I mean, I've already got something really wrong, but it's a much like easier kind of start, an introduction. Right, the setting is really cool. I think also just kind of having a bit of folklore. Before I started like the first game, we were talking, like Jim and I were talking about how like, hey, there's no shortage of kind of spooky stories and ghost stories and folklore and urban legends in Japan, so they can make a bunch, and like they can go in so many different directions. So I do like that the first one was kind of like curses and urban legends and like kind of more yokai-ish. Like it wasn't super big on like yokai, but kind of those ghost stories. And this one seems to be maybe going more into like folklore types of spooky stories and you know, creatures, cryptids, and things like that. So interested to see where that will go. And maybe it is probably because I just watched an episode of X-Files that was like this, where they were talking about like vampires, and Mulder was just like, well, there's so many different kinds of vampires across so many different cultures, and they all have this different idea and these different kind of like characteristics of vampires. So just because we think that we're dealing with a vampire doesn't mean we know exactly what kind or how these vampires will behave or even look like. And I'm getting that kind of vibe from this, where it's like there's so many different kinds of mermaids in different stories and cultures that like, right, are we talking about this kind of grotesque monster that just has the head of a human and the body of a fish, and they're just like creature, or are we talking about like beautiful women, siren type, you know, Ariel mermaid, like what's going on? And I like that. I like that there's a lot to think about already, and kind of like, oh, where are we going with the story? And I do think that they're probably not going to do kind of these repeat puzzles from like the first game, where I don't want to like, I mean, I think the people here are the ones who followed me going through the first one, but I don't want to say anything too spoiler just in case. But things like the game mechanic type gimmicks that we got from the first game, I think maybe we're probably not going to get ones like that. So I'm really interested to see what they're going to do. Even the story star chart seems to be working in a different way as the first one, where like this kind of like going back in, not necessarily going back in time, like we're not doing any time travel things, but being told out of chronological order. That always opens up some fun stuff with storytelling. So I'm interested to see where it decides to go. Super interested in this. Again, I know I did say that I wanted to play Ace Attorney Investigations first, but then I switched the order and I wanted to do this one first, but mostly because like summer vibes game and it takes place in like early August. I'm like, yeah, we gotta do it now. But I think, like the first one, we'll probably kind of go through it in the beginning a little slow, like maybe a stream a week or 2 streams a week, and then I'm gonna get to a part where I'm like so interested in it, and we're just gonna do like 3 6-hour streams a week, baby. We'll see. But I do also want to do some investigations and maybe like other games and art streams, of course. As I've been saying, playing this and Splatoon Raiders at the same time, I want seafood so bad. I want to get some sushi or something. So I hope I didn't make you guys too hungry with them just talking about like uni and abalone, like ooh, fish. We'll see. Thanks for hanging around. I know it's gotten a little late, and then game streams are always a little quiet. We'll probably just like end today, and then I'll probably do a fun little raid tomorrow. There's a big dip in my berry on my Twitch chart. What happened here? Tomorrow I'll be doing an art stream. Probably be working on commissions again. Just doing some more work, so that'll be just like a work. Hopefully it'll be like a productive work stream, or just like a chill, I do some coloring and or line art or whatever, and we'll just chat. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all I got. Shay, thanks for sticking around. Or thanks for, like, lurking for those who didn't want spoilers. I mean, it's just kind of the beginning, so we're still getting a lot of, like, exposition and things like that. So nothing too, like, heavy on the mystery yet. But thank you. That was really fun. Super excited. Yeah, and I'll be back tomorrow for drawing and hanging out and things of that nature. Nope, tomorrow we're talking about the best type of fish, be there or be square. I'd be down for that. Let's have a seafood talk tomorrow. And not even just seafood, just fish. Cool fish. Tomorrow's cool fish day. That's what we're doing tomorrow. Yeah. Alright, I do think that is all I've got for today. I'll probably just sign off here and see you guys tomorrow. And good job to all of you guys. You guys have been working hard on your things and drawing and doing work in the heat. So stay cool. Eat some good food. Do a good art. Do a good sleep. Do a good day of your job. Things of that nature. Thank you guys. Arigatou gozaimashita. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye bye. Ooh, and also thank you again. Thanks for liking my art. I'll draw art live tomorrow. So thank you.